What's up, fuckers? This is Cody from the Bastard Sermon. Today we had on Softspoken. We had Myka Meeks, who's the drummer, and we had Sam Scheuer on, who's the vocalist. They're both fucking hilarious people. You can go check them out on their web pages. Just Google search Softspoken. You won't have any problem finding them. They got a bunch of music out there. This episode was fucking awesome. We talked all kinds of crazy shit, just like always. We talk cumlets. We talk fucking ghosts. Pat, take this fucking thing over really quickly.
We talk about ghosts. We talk about cumlets. We talk about two dicks, one hole. We talk about some crazy band shit. Dementors, all that shit. It's a good time. Hope you guys enjoy it.
All right. Well, enjoy the episode, fuckers, as always.
Welcome to the Bastard Sermon.
Welcome to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. This is one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Patrick Seta.
Luke Young.
And today we've got on Softspoken. We've got on Myka and Sam from the band Softspoken. They're a fucking local Cincinnati-based band.
What's up, guys?
fuckers? Myka, say what's up so they know what you sound like.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Sam, say what's up so they know what you sound like.
Hi, everybody.
All right, we're gonna get
Sam's the name.
we're gonna get right into the fuckery. Pat, take it over.
So I found some really interesting videos online that I just have to show you guys as soon as this works. Give me 1 second. Pulling it up. So do you guys like porn?
No, for sure.
No, dude,
Well,
I hate it. I've never watched it.
Have you ever seen any fucked up porn that just like totally scars you?
It's the only porn I watch.
All right, well I got something for you that's really gonna shock the shit out of you. All right, it's gotta take a second to load.
I don't know, man. I've seen some stuff.
It's really fucking weird. Sorry for the moaning. If you're at work, you might want to turn it down.
NSFW.
It's an older looking one too.
Ready for this?
My God.
Turn it down a little. So it's like a straight from the early 80s. The
But
guy's
this
laying on a
woman
bed
has
with
one leg.
I didn't even notice she only had one
The
leg.
song
What the
kicks
fuck?
ass.
Yeah, she hopped up
looping.
onto the bed.
She's lubing up her leg.
What in the world is happening?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so the asshole's spread open, and there's a nubby leg going into this man's bumhole there.
Oh my fucking
She's
God.
really getting some fucking elbow coverage. This is impressive.
I think it's the soundtrack that makes me I'm like oddly inspired by this.
Oh my God.
She can really multitask.
Are you hearing the lyrics? Now you're a man.
So what's going on in this video is that, and that's it basically. So porn, you know. So basically, what just happened in this video that I just showed him was that this girl, and so there's some guy's laying down on the bed in the middle of his hotel room or something. He's butt ass naked, and some girl walks in. She's like, "Are you ready?" And she hops down in, because she only has one leg. The other leg is just a stub at the end by her ankle. And basically, when she goes on, she starts like giving him head with the leg right next to the dick, and then she starts. As I was like, that's not so fucked up. So what happened next was that she started lubing up her in a close-up shot of her stump, and it looked like a fleshy carrot or something. And she's lubing it up, and she sticks it in the fucking dude's asshole.
Now, Pat, do you think that she actually lost part of her leg by... She actually had a foot at one point, and she was filming, like, foot and ass porn, but the guy had a bear trap in there, and it just took his leg right off.
It's like teeth, but
Took
with
her
an
leg
asshole.
right. Yeah, exactly. Do you think it was something like that? How do you think she lost a leg? You guys have any thoughts, Softspoken?
I mean, what'd you guys think about that video?
Diabetes.
I think what happened no, this is off topic, but on the same topic is I think that I was really prepared for that. Like I was told that this would happen, but you know what would have really threw me off? Regular porn. If you just if you just played that, I would be like, oh, I don't have anything for this.
Well, that's okay. I actually have another video I'd like to show you, but this one I won't play on his phone. Give me 1 second, I'm pulling it up. You like omelets?
Oh,
no. Is this a
Probably
cum
not after
omelet
this.
video? Because I've
Yeah.
already seen it, if so.
I haven't
you call
seen
it?
this.
It's the cum omelet. It's one of the worst things that I've ever seen on the internet.
Cumlet?
So I'll describe the
God.
video. This might be a different one, but I doubt it is, because how many fucking crazy women are
many
there
of
out
these?
there?
She's got all the cooking utensils.
She basically lets a bunch of dudes bust on her face, and then she takes one of those plastic spatulas and like puts it into the frying pan and then fries it up and then eats it. And she's like gagging and almost she's crying. There's another girl in a dress, like the straight woman of the mix, and she's just like announcing it the whole way, like just okay. So I saw a different one.
There's a whole stage here.
There's so many.
My fucking god.
How many could there possibly? It was one of the hardest videos I've ever watched, though.
This sounds
So
so
it's-
fucking foul.
It's like a room at a Saw with like a little checkered of elevated kitchen, and she's turning everything on. She's super happy. She's got the measuring cup.
This is like
She's
some
"Oh, I can
Twilight
fill up."
Zone shit, like part of your dietary, like the
Yeah.
health pyramid. There's
Yeah, this
just
is one
cum
cooking
at
show
the
I could
top
get
or
into.
something.
This is good quality.
She's like, I wonder how much cum I'm gonna need for this omelet. So I'm
You
trying
never
to.
can have too much.
It doesn't say
It's
in
like
the
bacon.
recipe book.
So she's naked now. She's feeling her nipples.
How long is
Do you
this
guys
cum
feel your-
omelet video?
Do you ever feel your nipples when you're cooking? I do this quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I get really into that.
I
Do you cook
can't say
shirtless?
I do.
Nope, she's taking off her pants. Yeah, perfect time to masturbate when you're making an omelet.
I think we know that this is going. Can we
Standing
skip
up.
right to the end?
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, she's finger blasting herself. Let's zoom
We're
in.
just watching porn now.
I wonder.
Oh, there's some cum. Okay, how many dudes does it take to make a cum omelet?
Pat, you should just
One,
narrate all the porn that I
two,
watch.
All of this?
You know how long it would take
Oh,
me to get
there's
off
the
with
guy in the scene now.
Hold on. Why are they coming on her face and not in the cup? The cup's right next to her face.
Because that
They're
wouldn't
missing out on
make
so
it
much cum.
porn.
There's so much cum they're missing. She's spitting it out in there.
It's gotta
Okay.
have a little bit of her flavor.
If Pat would prefer the video would just be a bunch of dudes in a room jerking off into a bowl. He's like, why couldn't we be more efficient here? They're losing so much cum on
Yeah,
this cum
cum
omelet.
on the cup. I
Can we
won't
just
tell you
watch
again.
11 minutes of dudes jacking off?
So, oh my God, how many dudes are here, Matt? This is a 44-minute long video, and I just skipped like 20 minutes, and still dudes are jacking off on her face.
So first you got to go through this to eat the cum omelet. Can we just see her trying
Oh
to...
my God.
About to die eating the cum
Oh, it's so
omelet
filled
stuff?
with cum. Look at that, dude. There's so much cum in there.
They ought to like make money off this, like a tourist attraction. Like come,
Come to see cum? Okay.
yeah, and then eat it. You know, come cook with us and.
Come cook.
What is the word?
There's a cum recipe book. Do you guys know about this?
I did not.
There's a fucking cum recipe book. It's like fucking chicken parmesan and cum. Sorry, Luke, what's up?
I know some juggalos, and they told me that when they went to the gathering the last time, there was a man and what they assumed was their girlfriend by this fence. You know those wooden linked fences?
Right.
They're look like real shitty long posts barely hanging in the holes. The girl, the guy's girlfriend, was hanging over the post, ass up in the air. Guy was holding a sign saying $5 for a fist. And there was just a line of juggalos just putting their fucking fist in this woman.
Wow.
One after another.
All right, so
It's impressive.
I think we're getting to the climax of the cooking video here. There's a chef in the background. Let's see if he jacks off in her face too. Oh my God! Yeah, hand me the batter.
Got gloves
Smells
on.
good.
He
Smells
just
good.
like, oh my
Yep,
God.
that's enough. That's enough creamy goodness.
Yep, that's semen.
Yeah, that's a.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
porn.
vomit
Oh, he's cooking it.
everywhere.
Look how far away he is from
How
it.
would you ever cook a cum omelet for someone?
Never.
Fucking no.
That sounds like a would, that sounds like a would you rather.
Micah's got a
you-
smile on his
would you
face
rather
that
cook
tells
or-
me that he's done this more than once. Tell us your cum omelet story, Myka.
Well, no. I'm just surprised that they went.
I can't watch anymore.
They put all this production value. Okay, look, they had to do this twice.
It's making my stomach turn.
They did it
Rachel
twice
looks
because
so
how would you know this
unpleasant.
would work? Like, you
Well,
wouldn't.
she's gonna eat it.
I'm saying like you wouldn't
Oh my
put
God.
this much production value into something without pre-testing it.
Yeah, like has everyone ever
No.
done this before?
I want
We need-
them
Oh, she's
to
about
have
to eat
done
it.
this
Hold on,
without
she's about
having.
to eat it. Everybody
Oh,
look.
this is so hard to watch.
Oh my God. Okay, it doesn't look too bad.
It
God,
doesn't-
Patrick. What are you talking
No.
about?
She looks like she hates herself.
How is she not vomiting? Oh my God.
She's gonna blow on it. It's too hot.
It burned her mouth.
She's like, this.
Watch her. This is the video.
Need
I've seen this
salt.
video cut up. I've never seen the whole 44-minute long. I'm glad you found the whole thing, Pat.
Oh my
I can
God.
race home after this podcast and jerk off to this.
She's eating the whole thing, isn't she?
Oh my fucking.
Did they even put any
God.
toppings in it?
No, there's no salt.
Some green-
There's
No
nothing.
Parmesan cheese.
There's
Then
not-
that's just.
So disgusting.
It's sauteed. It's sauteed cum, dude. It's a cum omelet.
Dude, I want them to zoom. I want to know what the texture of this thing looks like.
It's probably all
Fluffy?
bubbly.
How would
Yeah,
break
fluffy
it
and
up.
bubbly and crusty.
The camera has to pan away from her face into the cum omelet because she's about to throw up.
Dude, it looks like
Look at
cottage cheese. Oh,
It's like
She
tapioca pudding.
My fucking God.
oh
They
my
must
God.
have paid her globs of money.
But look, the
Globs.
chef is sitting behind him.
How far behind on your mortgage do you need to be?
Like the chef sitting behind him with gloves on, like, oh, you like that? It's some good ass omelet, huh?
He didn't do
Omelet.
shit.
5-star restaurant.
He got overpaid.
Look at her. She's sweating from eating it.
That's what they do.
Oh my God!
Sous chefs are-
She
my
earned
God.
every dollar from this porn, every bit of it. How'd you
That's
like it? Oh,
horrifying.
she licked the plate. Everyone's cheering.
And dudes beat off to it for sure.
Well, that is something I'll avoid for the rest
So
of my
actually, Pat, I found this video when I was like that exact same video, but cut up into like a 3-minute clip when I was like 15, and I didn't find it. I was over at my uncle's house, and his neighbor that ended up selling me a truck years later was like, "Hey, yeah, I was watching porn the other day, and the cum omelet came up," and I was like, "Excuse me, cum omelet?" And then he proceeds to show me the clipped up video of this, and I'm 15. And then I don't know where I'm going with this fucking story. Point is,
I bought a truck.
yeah,
I think everyone's got
it's
an
a
uncle.
nice truck.
I think that's where you're going. Everyone's got a crazy ass uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a
Who
crazy
knows?
ass
I have a
uncle?
crazy ass uncle.
What's
I
up
don't
with-
even. I don't know
Is
if I
this- are
should
you
say this,
comfortable?
but yeah. He's pretty crazy. I don't think my cousin's inviting him to her wedding. That's not crazy. He'd show
What's
up
he?
drunk.
What's the craziest shit that he's ever done? Don't tell us to touching a kid on Christmas story.
No lie. He got super drunk on a spring break party and like got on a raft and so drunk drifted like I think like a mile and a half. Grand U is like pretty far on the water.
Oh my!
To where like I think like some big ass boat, but it happened to be some party boat. Well, all his friends like I think he was gone for 2 days, and his friends filed like a missing report. But it's ended up happening. He comes back drunk, of course. Like, oh, I've just been hanging out on this boat the whole time. So,
How sunburned was
come
he?
oh my! Well, he's already like I don't think he wears clothes, so I think he's built a tolerance for UV rays.
God.
But he's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ!
Everyone's got an uncle though, Cody.
I've got several
So-
crazy fucking uncles. They're always up to something reckless.
Did any of
Most of
them
them
make
are
a?
dead.
Oh, I was about to say, did anyone make a cum omelet for you? But no, that's a little too soon now.
When
Sorry.
I was a wee boy, yes,
Damn.
indeed.
So
Tricked you
no, but-
again, nephew.
April Fools, happy birthday! Like every occasion. It's a cake cumlet. Oh
Don't
my
tell your
God!
mom.
So, have you ever seen a bear get kicked in the nuts?
I didn't know bears had nuts.
Oh, they have nuts. They have
Oh,
big
bears
bear
for
nuts.
sure have nuts.
All right, well,
Buried
let's.
and all that.
I gotta find out what happens when you kick a bear in the nuts.
I assume the
Do
bear
nuts
gets
look
very
like human
upset.
nuts? They look-
Maybe furrier. I would imagine that you don't have as much like tight fur down there as you
Maybe
would
like
bear.
monster dog.
You haven't been on
nuts.
tour with Sam. You don't know.
Can you see this?
Tell us those stories
Oh,
next.
so he was playing with something. A wire came and just nabbed the balls, and now he can't walk.
It looks like a dude in a bear costume. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's definitely not. But yeah, belt whip.
Oh my god!
Yeah, now he's
What
walking.
an idiot!
Does- I mean, how,
Just the way the bear collapses, you know how much bear pain he's in.
that's so fucked.
Is that the new defense method when getting attacked by a bear?
Stomp him right in the bear
I mean,
nuts.
what else are you supposed to do when you get kicked in the nuts? I'd do the same. I'd probably stumble down too.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Micah, what-
Piss a little blood later.
I know you've been hitting the nuts.
Oh man, yeah.
What's the worst time?
The worst time? I think the worst time is when somebody tried to kick me in the ass and like they went in between my legs from like facing away from them. So like obviously you're gonna kick somebody in the ass harder than you would on the nuts, but in the tip of the shoe,
Yeah.
oh, it's the worst.
Damn,
It
you got
is the worst.
puppeteered, bro.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, you know, just the heel goes up right up in
Dude,
your
I
eye.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good word for that. I don't think that
You
makes any
puppeteered,
sense.
bro.
They puppeteered like you.
Yeah.
That
hold
would be like a
strings.
hand up your ass where they control what you're
I
saying.
guess.
No,
Yes.
like you just shove your hand up something, you
okay.
hold it, you know.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
How does that have to do with getting kicked in the nuts, though, Pat?
That's
And
what I'm
that's-
saying.
You know, foot goes way up your ass so far that you're controlling them like a puppet, you know?
Do you think that's what was going on in that first video that you showed us? Like she was really puppeteering
No,
him
he got-
with her used to be foot there.
No, he got whiplash. Got whiplash. in
Right
the
on.
cock.
All right, so we've talked about gross porn and there's legless ladies with fucking stubs in people's assholes. Let's get to you guys. What's going on? Tell us a little bit about your band or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'll take it away here. So me and Myka are kind of the latest additions to Softspoken. We've been at it for maybe like almost a year now with these guys.
Yeah, our last tour, or our first tour with the band, actually was happening at this time last year, and I keep getting Facebook
Memories. Stuff.
memories
Yeah.
popping up from that tour. So it's been almost exactly a year for us.
That was probably one of the best tours, and I think if I never got to do this again, I'd be like, all right, I'm satisfied. We did some fun shit on that tour.
Where all did you guys hit? Like what cities?
Pretty much like East Coast and a lot of the Northeast. So like
Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh, yeah, Pennsylvania,
Virginia.
Virginia, West Virginia. I think there's a South Carolina date. I
New
keep
York.
Yeah, New York, which was crazy.
And that was
wasn't
a rough
what
Why was it crazy?
Because it's not New York like people think. It's like
Yeah, it
way
was
up in the
upstate New York.
Catskill Mountains.
Not like
Yeah.
Manhattan.
No,
We thought
we
we were
drove through
lost.
all that, but like,
Thought we were in Canada, honestly.
So let's hear some crazy stories. Like, what's the worst tour you've ever been on,
Oh, the worst.
or the worst show you ever played?
All right, so I don't know that it's necessarily it was the worst show when it comes to numbers or comes to people showing up, because I think we played for the bartender and then some fat dude. Oh yeah, the sound guy. But so no one came, but at the middle of our set there was this drunk dude who bought us a bunch of tray of tequila shots, and it was that same tour that was on this band that Mike was talking about before. And I think we all just got super hammered, and I think we started a mosh pit. Each band, it was like what band can mosh harder for their the fellow bands on tour.
Yeah, it was one of
There's
the-
only 3 of us, so literally there was just us 3. That was the worst show, but that was like it was kind of the funnest show.
I think the problem is like we all like to drink a little bit to get loosened up before the show, and they told us we're gonna go on at 8, so we started drinking at like 7:15, and then they pushed it back to 9, and we just like kind of kept drinking,
Yeah.
and then they pushed it back again to like 10:30, and then like we just didn't really like think of it,
By the
and then
time
by
you
the
got-
time we were on stage, we were like, whoa, and I was like, I am like any more, and I'm not gonna be able to play. And as soon as I thought that, somebody came up with a tray of like 15
tequila shots.
tequila shots, like
hate tequila.
like just put them on the stage, and
And you're the drummer for fucking Softspoken, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got to get up there and keep a beat while you're like 11 drinks
Damn.
deep and shit. You've been drinking
Yep.
since 4 p.m. because you thought you were on stage at 6, and now it's fucking 11 dudes there drunk with fucking 100 tequila shots.
yeah,
That same tour, actually, another funny drinking story was when we were in, I think it was Alabama, with those bands, and we were staying at this venue. The venue owner was really cool and like let us stay there, and this bartender, man, I think every dude in every band but me was like just hitting so hard on this chick, and she kept that bar open till like 3 or 4 in the morning when she could have gone home. And I'm pretty sure she went upstairs and like smoked weed with some of their bandmates. Well, meanwhile downstairs, while she left the bar alone, I hope this doesn't get out, but I hopped over that shit and
Yeah.
I just started opening up like fridges, like serving out drinks. What you guys need? What you want? Like acting like Mr.
Yeah, that was-
Bartender Sam, and it's just like drinking at will.
Yeah,
that was
that
so
was,
fun, man. We got so. That was probably my favorite. That was my favorite night.
I was a real realization for me. I was like, oh, this is like real illegal. Probably shouldn't be doing. Like I was like, dude, you should hop over this counter, and then he did, and I was like, oh, you probably shouldn't have listened to anything that I said, and then he just started like giving everybody everything from the. It was rough. It was
She
rough.
never found
Just started
out,
stealing
though.
from the bar.
Yeah.
Basically, she never found out.
Yeah.
The owner's up there smoking weed, smoking blunts upstairs.
I have bad news for you though. She listens to this podcast.
She
She
probably
probably
does.
does. Well, hey, shout out to her because she was
Sorry
good
about the
company.
alcohol.
Sorry about the alcohol. I'm sure it didn't.
So,
Sure didn't hurt your business.
I always like to hear about the weirdest place people play. Like the weirdest place that I've ever performed at was at Donato's, in a basement of
Nice.
Donato's.
We played a pizza place the other day.
Yeah. So, what's the weirdest place that you guys have played at?
Spinelli's is a pizza place, but it's
Yeah,
not that
it's
weird.
still a venue.
It's pretty rad.
Was it like actually in the family area, or was it in the
Yes,
basement?
like they moved some tables out the way, and there are people coming in trying to eat and sit down.
Families?
families, whatever. And it's in Louisville, so it's like college town, so you get some like all kinds of
Yeah.
people. I don't know. And so yeah, and then there's the pizza. They have a sign that says "Don't mosh too close to the oven. It's hot." It's like
We played a coffee house.
yeah.
That was weird because
I've had
we
that
were-
exact same experience.
We were on tour with a bunch of metal bands.
Mhm.
It was like the most chill lounge place ever.
Yeah. Bunch of Jack Johnson remixed
A
metal.
lot of acoustic guitars, a lot of fucking wailing voices. I feel you.
When Allies first started, when we were real weird with Brady Harkey on drums, we had our third show was at a coffee house, and it was an acoustic night, and no one told us that at all. So we go there, and we're looking pretty damn scene at the time with the ripped jeans, the leather, the fucking long-ass black hair.
Pat
you know.
Seta hair.
Yeah, just classic times. But we get in there, and there's only like 3 or 4 people in there, and they're all old people reading books. And there's some guy playing acoustic, and we walk in with all of our gear, and we're like chains are rattling and stuff, and it's just like a movie moment. Everyone's dead silent. Look at us, we look at them. Fuck it, we said. So we just played as hard as we could, and we were never invited back again.
Yeah.
But what happened with you? Like, tell me, was that interesting? Was there a lot of people at yours?
The coffee house?
Yeah.
It
How'd you
went
get-
pretty well. The thing, did we play? What did we play second?
Did you
Yeah,
do
I
cocaine
guess,
off
yeah.
a barista's tits?
Yeah.
Thing that-
I think what the thing is we played second, so like the first band was like pretty metal. So by the time we came on, like it seemed like kind of a relief for everybody else, even though we still like scream and stuff. But I think that was kind of our time to shine on that show. But
Oh wait, I have an even weirder show.
Yeah,
the
let's
New
hear
York
it.
one?
No, remember that show? And so we were in the Alabama show, and then we came up to Georgia, and we played that show that was like outside.
Oh, the prom?
The prom. They called
we
it.
played
They
at
called
prom.
it this like hardcore prom,
What?
and like
With high school kids?
I don't know, no. There was some leather there too,
25.
like some motorcycle club dudes there.
You guys
that I
were
was
playing
talking
America's
to.
meth belt back there.
Dude, it
Hold on.
was, man, and like
What prom is this?
yeah, for
Bikers were there?
for dropouts and drug addicts and convicts, people who never got to make it.
Dude,
So,
that's so
yeah, we
mean.
provided a good service that night.
All right.
And the promoter. So basically, this place, like, if you can picture Georgia, like, sweat, hot, dirt, like trees that hang, and then like you pull in down. It's like a bunch of storage units just in gravel, and they literally just like had like a few units opened up, and that's where they had the set. And they had like a BYOB, people wearing costumes, and the promoter, I think his name was Frog or something, but he was butt ass naked after after Revenant. It was one of the bands that we played with. I mean, just lit naked,
Dick
just
out and
going-
everything.
just dick out and everything, running around.
That guy sounds
It
amazing.
was-
His name is Frog.
Frog.
And he
Dude,
got
I might be getting that
naked
wrong.
when he
but it
got
was
drunk?
Some kind of
fucking
reptile.
frog hanging
I don't
out, you know
know.
what I mean?
It was some type of reptile.
Yeah.
Do you have a
That
powerful
was
piece?
probably the weirdest show. But why are weird shows so fun?
Man, we played a show in New York, and the venue owner let us stay there. And then after it was like 11, he made us go to bed. And we were like
What?
28.
Like he was your
everybody's
dad?
old. Like he was like, yeah, like he came in, he's like, all right, lights out, and we were like, but no. And then he just flipped like the power switch of the entire place off.
What?
And it was pitch black. And
I'd be like, well, I'm leaving, getting an Airbnb, fuckface. See ya.
no,
What are
we
you
were
talking
so
about?
far away from any other place. Like,
What?
Yeah, this
What's
is
he
that
gonna-
show
This
in
is
New
a
York where we-
danger.
He's gonna chain you to a radiator
Yeah.
and make y'all play free shows for
Rape
the
you
rest
in the
of
mouth.
forever. Yeah,
God,
it's
it
gonna
was
be some
rough.
delivering shit
I think I
down there.
slept in the van that night. I was like, I'm just gonna stay in the van.
That's probably a good choice because you'd be
Yeah.
able to go get help if they were getting raped, you know?
Which
He's dragging them down.
Be
Like,
able to hear
night,
their
night. Turn the
rapey
power
screams up in the fucking attic, and then you're like,
Myka,
oh no, I gotta.
Myka, we're getting raped.
which I
We're
don't wanna
getting
name any-
raped.
off. Micah!
The
Micah!
thing everybody
help.
yells when they're getting
Thank
raped.
God you're in the van, Myka.
You want a bowl of grapes? I
Go
don't
get some
know.
help.
I'm getting graped in the mouth.
You're such a deep sleeper, though. It would have been pointless. Wrong person to put in the van.
Was the
so-
guy really like Christian or something? Because I feel like that's a
Some-
very Catholic Christian thing to
something,
do.
yeah.
Probably. He was really old. Yeah. And we man, I feel like all the places we play, I mean not all, but like a lot of them are like kind of odd things. Because we book a tour, it's kind of like like we'll book for like 10 days, and then like 6 are like solidified in like good places, and then like we kind of need to link them together. So we'll hit up like really random places.
Yeah.
And those are kind of like the shows that are going to be like really weird.
So you guys have stayed at a lot of random, like I'm assuming fans' houses and stuff too.
Yeah, yeah.
So you ever had a weird experience overnighted like that? I mean, look at that smile, Myka. Let's hear it. Let's hear that nasty shit.
Nah.
You can't tell no darkness on the air right now. What's the deepest you can go? You told me
You
some
don't have to say
fucking
their name.
crazy stories. You don't have to mention their names.
Say it's your.
What
say
can
it's
you
your
cut
friend.
out and still say?
It's your friend.
I don't know.
Oh, he's so scared right now. Look at him. He's looking at he's looking at Sam for help. Please.
Yeah, I don't know.
Save me, Sam.
Whatever it
No.
is, I'll
Nah,
just sleep.
Unless it's good. We're
Was
all right.
on me.
It's good, but I don't want to tell anyone.
No. Yeah. It's whatever I'm talking about didn't happen, so it's fine.
Okay. What's the second weirdest experience?
I think it's not really weird, but I wanted to bring this up. It's pretty funny. So we stay in hotels sometimes, and we can only get one room. We don't have that much money, but we usually bunk together. We'll get 2 beds, and then it'll be like me and Sam or me and Billy. Billy's our guitar player. And one night it was me and Billy, and he was sleeping to the left of me, and he was snoring really loud. And it was halfway through the night, so his snoring keeps waking me up.
Billy snoring?
Oh, yeah.
I never knew he did that.
Yep.
He lived with me for a while. That's why I say that.
Well, it might have been the shitty bed and the long hours of the day, but yeah, I grabbed a pillow to go, like, hit him with the pillow, but I was half asleep, so, like, when I flung my arm up, I dropped the pillow, and I just punched him hard as fuck in the face. Like, super hard.
Was he
And
pissed?
he was asleep, and he was just... And then, like, it worked. He didn't say anything. And then in the morning, when he woke up in the morning, he was like, oh, man, I don't know, I must have slept on my jaw or something. My jaw is killing me. And I was like, yeah, dude, it looked like you were real twisted and sleeping weird. Probably just that. Probably
Did he
wasn't-
have like a big ass bruise on his face? Like, dude, I feel like I got hit by a train. What's up?
It totally wasn't me punching you in the middle of the night.
Speaking of people snoring, I have the best person snoring video ever. So this dude passed out while we were partying the other day. I forgot this happened until you brought it up. But this dude's like heavy snores, like like the whole fucking time. And my dude like bends over him with a joint in his mouth, and here is the aftermath. Blows it into his mouth. And then he's snoring so hard he snores it back out like while he's asleep. He smokes weed, so I mean we're not making him do anything that he didn't want to do, but the whole fucking night we just kept like everybody that was hitting the bowl would just like smoke the bowl and blow it right in the dude's fucking mouth, and he would snore it back out in the biggest cloud that you've ever seen. Like wake up snore gagging from like how much weed we're blowing. We're getting him high like he's a fucking cat or dog in our basement or something.
Sounds like something Bill Cosby likes to do.
Yeah,
We Bill cut and then we fucked him in the ass.
Oh my god.
So, have
Too
you ever
far?
heard of anybody that screams in their sleep?
Yeah, night terrors. My
terrors,
sister
yeah.
has them.
Well, I used to hang out with, like, when I was first starting to make music ever, and, like, right after high school. I hung out with this kid, Brian, all the time, and his dad would scream in his sleep all the time. It would be terrifying to hear. So I'd stayed over his house a lot. It was basically what I was saying. So I remember I would stay the night, and then I just hear, like, a man screaming bloody murder. And it was so blood-curdling, dude. I could not. I was shooken awake from that, and I was like, Brian, what the fuck was that, man? What the fuck? He's like, oh, don't. That happens all the time. Just don't let it bother you. I was like, what the fuck? It's
Not gonna get a warning.
It was.
Was your friend a
seriously-
serial murderer? Was he just like torturing people in the basement while you were trying to sleep over?
No, he just screamed in his sleep, but we'd fuck with him. So
What?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
because it was funny. So he would sleep, and we would try to sneak up into his room. And, like, his mom was totally cool with it, too. Like, she would laugh, like, oh, yeah, go do that. It'd be funny. Even though it's, like, probably the most terrifying thing this guy's ever gone through. So we sneak in there, and I'm, like, watching from the room, like, holding my mouth, making sure no one can hear me laugh. And he sneaks up real close. And then all of a sudden, the whole sheet of the bed just flies off the whole bed right there. Like, it was like a ghost. Like, it just floated off. And he's like, ah! And he just gets up like he's about to fight him. And he's like, Brian, what the hell, man? You're so stupid. Why would you do that? It was really funny. We like to fuck with him.
That would scare the. I can only imagine right now just being dead asleep and being woken up to a scream
I'd fight all
like
my
that.
friends.
Wait, who is the one that was screaming?
Sure.
It was his dad. So
You know what would really suck is if there was a real, like, intruder or something.
Yeah.
Like, help, somebody come help me. And everyone's like, oh, just
That's
go
what he-
back to bed.
Well, that
like,
was the thing. He was like, help, help. As he got up.
that would suck.
But the thing is, when we got
The
when he-
man who screamed
He
murder.
just broke his neck in the bathtub. No. He's always like that when he's in the
No,
shower.
for real, guys. Ah!
No, seriously, fuck! I caught my dick in the door. I don't know how I did it. Call an ambulance. No,
God damn it, Dad! Shut the fuck up!
I
He's
never.
getting stabbed.
That's what they would always yell. He'd yell, "Shut the fuck up!" in the middle of the night after he was screaming in the middle of the night, like bloody murder. But when he threw that blanket off the bed, dude, he was so. It was like a magic trick. The blanket came up and he was already up when the blanket was gone. It was fucking wild. I was like, man, did I just witness some black magic fuckery? What the fuck? But yeah, some interesting stuff. Have you ever had a weird sleepover or anything like that where
So
some
many.
weird shit has happened? Like, let's
So
hear
many.
some good stories.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna take a pass on that.
I caught kids
Yeah.
jacking off all the time at sleepovers.
You
like
caught
when
kids jacking.
Dude,
off.
when
What?
we were-
Reword that one.
I was giving hand jobs to kids when I was
You bastard.
No, so I remember one specifically. I won't shout him out. I mean, his name rhymes with Colton because that's his name. And so we were over at Colton's house. And when we were
It
kids.
rhymes with Colton because that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. So Colton, we're over at his house camping out. And this is in your, right when you're getting your first jumps of testosterone, you're turning all tall and gangly out of nowhere. You grow fucking 3 feet in a week and all that shit. And everybody's like random, like the lawnmower's running and you're cutting the grass. Oh no, my dick's hard. What's going on? Like you're getting those all the fucking time. And I guess like he's getting a boner. So I just like I hear the tent going and we're in his backyard. I don't know why we have a whole tent up, but I really hear he's working it. I mean, he's
my
getting
God.
that dick. Like he's like, you know how you pull start a motor sometimes? That's how he's like, but over and over and over and over again. He's really working his dick. I don't know if there's a lot there, but I know that he's like getting some heavy strokes in. You know what I'm saying? He
God.
likes to
Literally
abuse the old.
beating it. He's beating it.
He
hard.
likes to spank.
He's ripping it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was doing the old number 3, spanking the ham. Yeah,
You're
you know
like
what's
actually
going on.
concerned for him. Like,
Like-
dude, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Whoa!
You
Don't
need
rip
to
it
prime
off.
that
Dude,
first.
don't start a fire. Like, fuck. God.
Exactly.
Don't rip it off, bro.
Exactly. So he's really getting it, and I was like, "Bro, it's cool that you're jerking off and all. I get it. Explore your body, but can you be a little more like discreet? It's 8 p.m. I'm not even in the tent yet. Like I'm still eating the hot dogs that your mom made. So yeah, I've had
that's
like
happened
awkward
multiple
ass.
times.
Yeah, there's a bunch of times. I mean, you never.
Hold on.
How recent did it? It was the last time it happened.
I was
bud?
22. no.
Hold on. How did he recover from that? How did he ooze out of the tent like knowing he was caught just ripping it?
I just called him out on it, and
Yeah,
every
when
time
he
that he
heard
tried to
bro
he tried to
real
lie
loud.
so hard, I wouldn't let him. I
It was
just broke
itchy.
his balls about jerking off the whole time. I'm an asshole.
I mean, I've had there was a weird time where there was this kid in high school. I went over his house to hang out, and he let me crash there. And I remember he turned on porn one time, and
I
he
would just
starts-
wake up and my eyes were glued shut. I don't know what was
he
happening.
turned on porn, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, what the fuck? And he just starts jacking off over the side, like underneath the
What?
covers. Under the covers.
Like obviously, like he wasn't.
yeah, you hear that. You know that.
Wow,
fucking
that was
friction.
real accurate. Oh, that was weird.
You know. You just hear it. And I'm sitting there and like just playing Snake on my phone, like. My God.
Playing Snake on your phone.
I
Yeah.
remember when I was a kid, I had a bunk bed, and right when I first started jacking off, my brother slept in the bunk bed ahead of me, but our bunk bed was old and shitty and creaky, so it was like every time
He took you on a ride.
you inhaled, the bunk bed would be like ee.
So you have to masturbate
Yeah,
with him,
so
so
I
that
have to,
way.
like- Well, it just
Soda float.
You gotta be on the
Yeah.
same stroke pattern.
It's the only way to not get caught.
and my brother caught me one time. It was so
Off
embarrassing.
time. You're
Shut
off
the
time,
fuck
little-
up.
Yeah. I'm trying to I'm breathing as I'm jerking, like really trying to it's where it was normal bed movements and shit. But then where you get to the end, you gotta really work it out. Like, you gotta get, and then you start forgetting. Your eyes start rolling in the back of your head, and you're really thinking about the art teacher that you think's kind of hot and whatever's in there. And then fucking
So
all of a
specific.
sudden, as I open my eyes, my brother's like looking at me, like because he's hung his head from around the top of the bunk bed down, and he's looking at me while I've got a handful of my dick about to come, like
Eyes in
over
the
the
back of your
covers,
head.
and I was like,
Watch out, bro.
I was I was trying to fix the covers. The covers were, he's like, it smells like rotten peanut butter in here. And then he got back on the top bunk and he went back to sleep like nothing happened. And he told all my friends that came over, every time I brought a girl over, Cody jerks off in the bottom bunk. I was like, shut the fuck up, Jacob. And he and run away.
What an asshole, dude.
Jacob did that to you?
Yeah, Jacob's
I
a fucking
fucking
prick. He
love
broke my
Jacob.
nose with a controller
So-
one time.
fucking love
How
him.
close were
Shout
you
out
to,
Jacob Lord. I love you, little motherfucker.
How close were you to coming before you noticed that he was staring at you?
It's like jizz coming out my dick as he was staring at me. I was like, oh no! I was like having to lie as I was coming. You ever have to do that? It's a hard move to pull. It's a hard move to pull off, but I've pulled it off several times.
Dude, you need to be more careful.
I thought I was being careful. It was like 12 a.m. My brother was long,
12 a.m.
he's long
Jesus.
asleep.
So, Myka, has anyone ever caught you masturbating?
I don't think so.
Liar.
I mean, I've been caught having sex a lot, but like not that part.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my mom walked in once. That was rough.
My mom
What
walked
happened?
in on me too. Tell
my
us that
mom
story.
walked in.
Well, tell
Oh
me
God,
the
I
story.
hope she doesn't
She won't
listen to
listen.
this.
She's not listening to
Yeah,
the
It's
she
the
definitely
bathroom
is.
sermon.
She walked in, and the girl was on her back, but she didn't realize that we heard her coming. We heard her coming,
Funny.
so like
We're mature.
we
You
like
guys are all fucking. I get it.
I jumped off of the girl, but the girl was handcuffed to the bedpost, like so like. My mom came in to talk to us while this girl's like kind of like nonchalantly just handcuffed to the bedpost, and it was like had to play it off like it totally wasn't happening, but she knew. We both knew it was happening.
Was she completely nude? Like,
Yeah, but there was we threw a sheet over her.
but she could see
Us.
the handcuffs. So like,
I mean, yeah,
why are you guys
can't
napping
miss
with
them.
her
They were like
handcuffed?
bright. They were like bright purple handcuffs.
Fuzzy.
Nothing weird, Mom. She
Big
just
oversized
needs to
handcuffs.
be attached to the bed.
We were
She
playing
sleepwalks.
cops and robbers.
Yeah.
I caught her.
What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I've got a.
Yeah, has
couple
Cody
funny
ever
ones.
caught you jacking
Yeah.
off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It's my first time meeting Cody, and now it's like scaring me because maybe he already knew me.
Would you jack off to amputee porn like we watched earlier? Some guys got
Dude,
some really
I'd give it a
specific
good old
fetish.
college try.
I'd give it. I don't know. I'd give it a try. You know, if it was like
We'll
the
be your
only-
proudest
If
fap.
like the Wi-Fi went out and it's like that's the only video that I got loaded, it's like
Well,
fuck.
I
Well,
think- I saved it on my phone and I don't have internet. I guess I'll masturbate to it.
If it's like not the theme of the video, like if it's a girl that just, or even a guy who just happens to be like amputated, but like that video was like that's the theme, like,
Right.
So
It's a novelty porn. You don't jerk off to that. But if they just happen to have a missing finger, then yeah, sure, why not?
I do
Give
want to
it a
get in
try.
your story, Sam, but let me ask you this, and let's be serious. Do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
Would you honestly, let's say she doesn't listen to this, which she probably will.
yeah,
Listen.
let's
I'll
Hey.
show her. I'm not scared.
But
I'll show her.
but would you date her still if she lost both of her legs?
Hell yeah.
What about her legs and her arms? What
And
if
her
she,
vagina.
This is starting to remind me of Fat Mike's No Effects. She is Nubs, and like, pretty sure like, I mean that girl was sweet. I mean to write a song about her. So
Would you?
I'd
would
be
you
a
still be
complete asshole
physically
if I didn't.
attracted? Would you
Man,
wipe her ass
to
for
be
her?
to be honest, like, I think wiping the ass part would be like easier, just cause like you feel sorry. But like the banging and stuff would be
A
like
pity
well,
wipe?
you know,
She'd be
like,
so light.
I don't need to put you through this. Man, you stumped me.
That's great. Let's talk about.
Wow, that's a tough.
But
Well, wait, Sam. Sam, would you?
No pun intended.
Serious question. Would you take her arms, since she didn't have legs, take her arms and super glue them to the back of her and wear her like a backpack human?
like
Serious question. So yeah, exactly. And wear her like
Oh,
a
go
backpack
like-
person?
like fucking Yoda.
I can't believe I've never seen that.
Why do you say backpack person?
Well,
like
think
that's
about
a normal thing.
No, no,
like
no,
there's
think about
normal
it. So she's got her
backpack
hands
people.
glued to her stomach like this.
I would
and
say
then
glued to
you
her.
wear her.
Glued back here. I'd say glued to her back.
Fuck.
Glue back there would be more efficient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We
Yeah,
should test it out with the
So
next
I'm gonna ask a
amputee that we
quick-
get on the podcast.
Here's a taste of man to man. Would you rather man to man?
and
Would
you.
you rather eat a cum omelet or super glue your girlfriend's nubs together and wear as a backpack?
I feel like
The latter for me.
yeah.
You wear as a backpack,
Yeah.
Sounds dope, doesn't it? It's like a
Yeah.
new fucking Kanye
It's just-
West
yeah.
accessory.
but that's forever. You only have to eat one cum
Oh, that's
omelet.
forever. Well,
Yeah, but
I
it's
could
a
get used
it's,
to it. I could build the strength to where
it-
that would become a
it's
routine.
everyone in this room's cum in an omelet, and you'd have to eat it.
You guys seem like trustworthy guys.
Yeah, you guys seem like you haven't been anywhere
Maybe you're
dark or
making
disgusting.
me rethink this.
One
Yeah,
cum omelet or forever backpacking. your woman.
All right. Well, I haven't hit yes on the board yet, so I'll take the cum omelet. Order up.
All right. No special ingredients added
No
to it.
yolk
It's
either.
all
I was
cum.
wondering where the yolk is
Shocked.
in that, because I typically like egg whites myself,
Well,
but I like a little yolk.
it's cum white.
I like a little yolk.
I don't know if it's the same thing, sir.
Oh my fucking.
Myka,
Lord.
what
This looks
about
like
you?
a McMuffin.
Would you carry around someone like a backpack for the rest of your life, or would you eat a cum omelet?
Like, eat that cum omelet to like not have to do the backpack thing for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but you have to eat the whole cum omelet. It's a full course meal.
Oh boy.
You don't get anything to drink.
There's cum hot sauce. You got cum milk to
hot
wash it
sauce.
down.
Yeah, the
Oh,
hot.
no hot
It's
sauce.
just you have a cum filled horse semen drink.
Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. I would do that.
That's fine. I'm not surprised.
Can I pick who is participating?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. It's everyone that you don't want.
Any 5 homeless dudes that you can find.
Why is it so much harder for me than Sam? Like
This
Sam
is-
got it
Makes me
easy.
think like when at Waffle House when they run out of egg whites, like your
Well, I better
worst,
come on the grill.
your worst Waffle House, and there's some pretty bad ones out there.
You think any of them serve a cum omelet? You think there's
I
any
don't
that
know. It's
bad?
just like your
I
like
wouldn't-
favorite Chinese place serving cat to you when you think it's chicken.
It wouldn't. I wouldn't
I
hold
wouldn't put it past
it.
them. Exactly.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, I ate alligator today.
Was that good?
No,
Really? I hear it's
I think
like really
it was.
good.
I think it's probably good, but the place that I got it probably it was fucked it up.
Where'd
so.
you eat it? Shout them out if they suck.
It was in Hebron. It was a Hebron Grill, in Kentucky.
I don't know if that's the
and,
place where you go to get alligators.
Yeah, no, I was like, I didn't expect that to be on the menu, but I was like, oh, might as well try it,
But
and it
was
just
it
kind of
alligator?
sucked. Like it was like deep fried on like a taco.
That's how they do everything that could be potentially gross. They just fucking deep fry it and batter it so that it's like 90% batter and 10% whatever the actual shit is that you're eating.
It's
Yeah.
disguised. You can't really tell what it is.
Yeah, it was just kind of like tastes like chicken, but I mean that's what everybody says, right?
It's supposed to be like a really tough chicken.
You know, the frogs to me actually do taste like chicken. They taste like they've got the texture of fish, but they taste like chicken. Like they
What's
taste
the
100%
weirdest thing
like it.
you guys ate?
I had octopus. I had octopus actually not too long ago, and it was really weird. It wasn't bad. It was just really chewy. It tasted like really burnt chicken. Like not like burnt chicken, but like really tough chicken. What were you gonna say, Cody?
I've tried my own jizz before. That's a real story. You've never been
Really?
curious as a 15-year-old
That's
boy?
where you put it when his brother.
I mean, I
called.
didn't lap it off my hand like, oh boy, I can't wait to get this nice, delicious treat in my mouth right now.
Oh my
Nothing like that.
fucking God.
But I was like, if I'm gonna ask a girl to drink this one day,
You're just a pot and a pan away from a cum omelet, man.
So what did
don't forget a stove.
our hot plate?
Gonna need a hot
fucking
plate.
ew.
That's so weird you brought that up because we were talking about that not too long ago.
We were just talking about how we think that you tried your own cum. You have that look on your face, Cody.
Well, what did it taste like?
It tasted like cum. I don't know. Like
What's that taste like?
a chlorine-filled swimming pool with a little bit of salt.
Oh my lord.
Like a lot of chlorine in that swimming pool. Like 3 times the amount that you would need.
Are you
so
saying
like a hot tub.
your semen actually is
Your cum
chlorine?
doesn't smell like chlorine?
Is it the consistency of snot?
Don't act like you don't know what your own cum smells like. You've never got a,
Does
you
not
never
smell
accidentally
like a
hung one on your
swimming
face
pool.
before. You got a lot of pressure in your balls, and it just, oh no, now it's on my nose. But I'm still going, so I'm not gonna stop. Never.
Damn.
Well,
I've
all
came in
right.
my eye
Has-
before.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. Thank you, truth teller.
I
Cody,
have had a
Luke.
close encounter though.
A close
the cum
encounter,
kind.
like you
With
saw
cum?
it and you matrixed out of the way.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
a cum encounter with the cum kind?
Yes.
Close and
What cum happened?
Oh, I was getting a hand job, and I'm like, I gave her the usual signal, like, yo, it's about to
What's
happen.
the
I gave her the
signal?
usual
What's the
symbol.
signal?
Like
It's
what
a
it
stroke
is.
face. It's like
Did you give her a look?
one of those. Yeah, I feel you. Your eyes are rolled back. You're biting your upper fucking nose somehow.
You grab her arm, squeeze it real tight, like, ugh!
One of your eyes goes this way. The other one goes to the ceiling
like-
somehow.
look like Joe
You look like a
Pesci.
totally different person. When
You got
look at
Steve
God.
Buscemi eyes for a second. I gave her the Steve Buscemi eyes. She was
Deeds.
supposed to
From
know.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, exactly. Really drifting.
Steve Buscemi is a fucking god. You better recognize.
That's the face of coming.
But I told her, and she just gave no. She just didn't
wait.
give a shit. She
So-
just took the head off, and just kept it aimed at me.
Right?
Oh yeah, I feel you.
Oh, that's a bad move. Like
It was
It's a
terrible.
bad move.
She
It was
spider
horrible.
webbed you.
she aimed it for you. She was trying to see if she could hit the scoreboard. Yeah, Yeah, that's a bad girlfriend.
So what, Micah? What happens when you get cum in your eye?
It's all right.
it's
I mean,
fine.
like,
All right,
like
you
not
blind?
enjoyable, but I mean, it's like it's okay. Like it doesn't do anything.
You're looking at him. He still has 2 eyes. Nothing
Yeah.
bad happened. What do you mean? You're asking
I
him
don't
like
know.
he got superpowers. So when you get cum in your eye, do you
I've
now
also-
have cum
I've also
vision
I've also been came on. That sucks. That's
by
I
another
think
dude?
you told me about
Yeah.
that.
Can
was
you-
it? Was
we-
it?
Brent.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't
Tell
wanna
this
say his
story.
name.
We've only got
The
2
guy
minutes
right there
before
in
our
this
break.
picture behind me.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Yeah, no, he was just. I mean, I was driving around. It was late at night, and he was with a girl in the back seat of my car, and then she aimed it towards me when she felt it. So, and then I just got doused
you're
from the back
driving?
of my arm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
So you
I
guys
thought it was so funny though, because we were in the middle of a prank war, and I was like, "That was great."
Let's talk
You're
about
the
this
first
prank war.
statistic if you'd erect.
Let's talk about this prank war when we come back from our break.
All right.
This would be a good time.
All
We'll
right,
just cut it there.
fuckers. You guys don't want to miss this, do you? I'll be back in a second. Hey, fuckers. We're back. What's up?
What's going on, guys?
We're back. That was like a second for you guys. I
Yeah,
don't know
we
why
went
even
outside,
doing this.
smoked, bullshitted, had fun, did
Yeah.
a couple things.
So, Micah and I were just talking about how our parents, what they think about our tattoos, because we have a lot. Tell us about yours recently.
I mean, I worked for a tattoo shop for a long time, so you know, whenever you're hanging out at a party and you're like, "Oh, I should get this tattoo," and then like you don't because it's expensive and like you got time to think about it. That doesn't happen when you work at a shop. Like it's just like, "Oh, I have this idea, let's do it," and then it happens. So I have all these really random tattoos that like my parents, my mom
You have
mainly, just
a couple of
hate.
your friends tattooed on you or your leg.
I have like 9 of my
Yeah.
friends tattooed on my leg.
Yeah,
You've got
your
Sam
dad.
I got
tattooed on his
Sam.
leg.
I'm probably
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah, I got Sam
depicted.
tattooed on my leg in Florida on that last tour that we were on.
That's fucking great, dude.
Is it a good picture or is it like the Steve-O picture with
It's
the fucking
the
thumbs
worst.
Can you show us your?
Let me see it real
leg
It's
quick.
the
sleeve?
worst tattoo ever.
All right, he's going to pull it out. Oh
yeah,
my god.
take your pants off, girl. Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
Dude, that's really cool though. That's really cool having an idea of like your legs just like completely based on your friends and stuff.
Keep your pants down the whole episode.
Just say if they ever ask like why your legs, be like I want you guys closer to my dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My parents, man, like I said, mainly my mom. She she just shits on my tattoos all day. She's like, "You look like She said to the other day, I look like an overpass that people like spray paint on.
Oh my god.
God damn, your
Well,
mom's a savage.
Yeah. He recently snapped this whole story to me and it was just his mom just shitting on him for his tattoos and
God damn.
I love your mom already. I've never met her, but
I have my ears stretched and some pieces of the top of my ear cut out, if you can imagine that. But she always makes fun of those, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that'll definitely get you a job for sure." Not having any fucking ears.
yeah.
So-
So before the mics came on, he actually put his fingers through the tops and the bottom. Like people are used to seeing the earlobes gauge, but they're not used to somebody taking a scalpel and taking the cartilage, like that flat part on the top ear part. He's got both of those cut off on both ears. Since the
I
listeners,
think it
couldn't
looks
see
good. I've never seen that ever
Thanks.
done anywhere. I was a
yeah.
piercer for a bit at the same
Yeah.
Live Lab with you.
I didn't even
Uh,
notice it until you put your fingers.
I never
through it,
saw
and I was
that.
like, oh,
Same.
shit.
Yeah,
So-
shout out to Chase Campbell for doing that for me.
So how'd you come up with that idea and does it affect your hearing?
Well, this is when we were recording a few new songs, maybe about 7 months ago, and we were on a plane from Arizona back to Dayton, Ohio, and we actually ran into Chase Campbell, which is a big modifier guy. So like all the people that have split tongues and stuff, he does a lot of those, and we recognized each other, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like so random that we're just on this plane. He's like, "Yeah, I'm flying to Dayton to do a guest spot. You should come down and we should do something. You split your tongue or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, dude, we should cut the flat part of my ear out." And he was just like, "Let's do it." And then, like 3 days later, I went down there and we just went ahead and did that. So it was super random.
Are you ever gonna get your tongue split too?
I thought about it. The thing with that is I've assisted in a few tongue splits, and man, dude,
They're so
They're-
unprofessional.
there's
Is what I think they are. Whenever I see someone get it done, I'm just thinking, "Oh my god, this doesn't look good."
Yeah, no, I've worked with like really like, famous artists that do it, and it's so like I won't explain how to do it, but it's really gruesome.
No, explain how to do it. I'd like to.
Yeah,
hear
no,
that.
it's fine. You
Yeah.
can go into
I don't
depth.
know. Is it legal? I
Yeah,
mean,
why
I
wouldn't
mean, it's
it?
not
Why not?
legal, but I guess if I don't.
No one know. No one. If
Okay.
you're not saying the shop's name or.
Wait, it's
person's-
not legal to split tongues?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
So
Yeah,
this
I-
is all
it
alleged.
totally
This is a
is.
fictional story. All right, tell us your fictional story about how to split a
So
tongue.
like, if I was to split a tongue, and say it's never been done before, I would allegedly take a 2-inch needle and inject lidocaine from the tip of your tongue to the back of your throat horizontally through your tongue.
Is this multiple injections? or
Yeah, and
just-
this is about 6 or 7 of those. And then
Oh
after
my
that, your tongue is
God.
completely
People
numb.
are scared to go to the dentist, and you're getting
Yeah.
6 mouth fucking injections.
And it's like,
Jesus
you get what I'm saying,
Christ.
how it's like horizontally from the tip to the back of the throat. Like
Oh,
this way.
Jesus fucking God.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going straight down from the tip of the tongue all the way back. Like,
Yeah, and like,
oh,
yeah,
God.
on the inside.
Dude,
making
my
my-
butthole is so tight it could turn coal dust into a diamond right now.
Yeah, that's why
My
I
dick
haven't
is
done it
wincing right now.
So, in 2003, Illinois became the first state in the U.S. to regulate tongue splitting, passing a law making it illegal to perform the procedure on another person unless it is done by someone who's licensed to practice medicine. Now, from what I remember from that, if it's legal or not, as far as I'm concerned, you just need to go get a certification.
Okay, well, if it isn't legal, we're just covering our legal bases. But
It's just interesting. It's just interesting. I don't think I would ever. It sounds like a fun idea, but I don't think I could ever watch someone do it.
I'm just still curious about the end of it, though. You said that you did 6 injections, and
Yeah,
then
and
what
then
happened?
you just you have somebody, and this is where I assisted, is where you hold the tongue for the person that's cutting it, and then you take a scalpel and just cut all the
Slice.
way to the back. That
What is-
part's not the illegal part. The illegal part is the injection.
Novocaine?
Yeah, you can't use
You have to
can't
be
have that,
certified as a
yeah.
local, like, you
Anesthetic
have
and-
to, yeah.
I always wondered, like, did they inject anything for that? That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
To be
like
an
if you do, they do a lot of TV shows, you know, like LA Inc. and all that stuff, where like they show it and they'll just say that they're not using a numbing agent, but like there's no way you're sitting through that. Like they're just sitting there all calm, getting their tongue cut up. They're like, yeah, no, we just cut it. It's like, okay. But,
Bullshit. It's a fucking super brutal procedure to perform on somebody, and there's no way there's an anesthesiologist just sitting by at a tattoo
Yeah.
parlor waiting for the one person a month that comes in to get their tongue split. How often did you do this thing? How often was it that somebody came in to do a tongue splitting
I've assisted in probably 6 of them.
over the course of?
A year, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, it's like once every fucking 2 months, basically.
Yeah.
What's-
I mean, well, we did other things too, like top of the ear cuts and stuff like that.
Is the tongue splitting the most extreme thing that you did, or was there any
For
like Prince
sure.
Alberts or
For
anything
sure.
like
No,
that?
that stuff's not anything.
I got
near
to
a tongue
see
split.
I got to see Myka pull some dermals out of a chick's lower back.
Yeah, what
and
happened
that was
there?
my first experience, like seeing some hardcore piercing.
Talk about that,
It was
Sam. What was
crazy.
going on there?
Well, she was very beautiful. She had nice hair and a very nice complexion.
Sweet old plump
and,
ass. I got you. Yeah.
Did you smash?
Childbirth and
Myka
hips.
smashed her with some screwdriver looking tool, and
His
she was in
penis?
yeah, I guess you could say a little frog guy.
Your frog?
But it looked so painful for this girl. I've never seen anything like
Yeah,
that. So
I mean-
I don't know about tons, but she was in so much. She had to get this stuff ripped out for the military, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
But
that's
apparently
the thing.
dermals stay, like the anchors stay in you forever or something.
Can you explain how that works better,
Oh my
Micah?
God.
No, I mean like okay, so there's a plate and a jewel, and a jewel sits on top of the plate, and you slip the plate under the skin. It's kind of like a button for a shirt.
Right.
And a lot of the times they're called semi-permanent piercings because they reject really easily. And once they start to reject, it's super easy to get them out. But this girl needed them out because of like the military. So like hers were like in there. Like there was not like her body wasn't helping like get them out. So like I really had to like use a
There was no
blade
rejection,
and-
so it's
yeah.
like fully healed, and you
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
fucking get them out.
Yeah,
like
I had to
that's
take
gotta
him
be
out,
brutal.
and, I was like, Sam, you think you want to watch? And he's like, yeah, I'll be fine.
About to throw up onto this girl
yeah, I
and do
look
her
over,
open
he's
wound.
just pale, super
I shook
pale.
her hand afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was rough.
I had so much respect. I
What's
couldn't go through that.
her
Have you ever,
clammy,
like,
sweaty
Screw the
hand.
military.
what's the recovery process on tongue splitting? I can't believe
It's stitched,
It's
so
pleasant.
it's not too terrible. I mean, it's pretty terrible, but it's not that long, surprisingly.
Probably liquid diet for a bit, right?
Yeah, as like applesauce and stuff like that helps. It's like a month and a half of hell.
It's really not that
and
bad,
then-
probably, because
yeah.
it's the fastest healing organ in your body.
Is it?
Yeah, the
Did
tongue
not know
is.
that.
Yeah,
I
it's
knew
a
it
straight
held,
muscle.
like healed fast, but I didn't know that.
So you
So-
said a month and a half?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take like 6 months to fully heal, but I mean, like after a month and a half, you'll be okay. Like that
Eat
first
regular
month's
food.
pretty.
Is it
pretty
after
out.
that 6-month mark you can move them both? Like, in
Yeah, you
weird
have to learn how to
directions?
do that. Like you can't just move your tongue
Yeah,
independently yet,
yeah.
but it's yeah.
Isn't it weird how you can kind of just move your appendages without really thinking about it, but then when you start thinking about it, you can?
Like your
Does that make
tongue?
sense? Like your tongue, you can just move this
Instincts.
alien organ inside your mouth.
Now I
Instincts.
Your tongue is the only muscle in your body that's not attached to both ends.
That's right.
can't you swallow your tongue whole? Isn't that like a super concern when people go into grandma seizures and things like that? You can actually swallow. Have you ever thought about that while you're on psychedelic drugs and get afraid that you're gonna swallow your own tongue? Oh, it's the worst fucking thought that I've ever had in my head. Any listeners out there that are tripping balls right now, I'm sorry for the fucking horrible goddamn
To top
panic
it off,
attack.
what if you're eating a cum omelet at the same time?
You start choking on your tongue.
Sam, we talk right into the mic. Sorry,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Thank you.
I can only imagine what a split tongue and a cum omelet,
So,
how that goes.
Get some,
Does
get
that
some
double
cum
up the
omelet into your
flavor?
open tongue wound.
Cody, what happened? Why were you thinking about swallowing your tongue while you were tripping?
So if you ever become aware of certain like things that you're doing, it was what you were talking about before, how you were saying that like your muscles move involuntarily and you don't even think about it. Well, when you're on psychedelics, a lot of that, like people, if you've never done psychedelics before, and I know you haven't, Pat, if I could give you like a rudimentary course on doing them, a lot of it's all inside your head. Like the majority of it isn't seeing crazy shit and fucking. That's part of it, but the craziest part about doing like acid specifically or mushrooms is like what the thoughts that you're having. And if you become super aware of your tongue while you're tripping balls, like you're every fucking all 10 television screens that are projecting thoughts inside of your head all at once all go to like, oh no, what if I swallow my tongue right now? And then you're like gulping, and you're like, and then you're like thinking real hard. You're trying to like bite the tip of your tongue, or at least I was, with both your teeth so that your tongue wasn't going nowhere. Then you feel your tongue want to wiggle out of there, and you're freaking the fuck out. It's a bad thing to become aware of when you're tripping.
Have you guys ever had a bad drug experience?
That you want to talk about on the internet?
Not really. I don't think so. I mean, this is super mild. I take melatonin to fall asleep, and I mean, I have like pretty vivid dreams. I think a lot of the times, that sucks.
I feel you, dude. Sometimes I drink
What-
warm milk before bed, and I cough when I.
So,
You're my hero.
like, what kind of vivid dreams are you talking here?
Man, like it's the worst, dude. Because it's like it's not like oh, I'm getting chased by like a demon. It's literally like, oh, I went to the post office and I tripped and everybody laughed at me.
Were you in
like
your
it's
underwear?
the worst. No, it's like where it's so real. Like if I was in my underwear, I'd be like, oh, I'm in a dream. But like it's just like I could see myself going to the post office and then I go to the post office and then I just fall and look dumb.
You ever have those dreams where you feel like you're in your own house, but it's not your house? It's always somewhere completely different, but you are so sure it's your house when you're in your dream. You ever had that?
Yeah, it's also an Asian jerk parlor, and you're in there.
This
and
is my house.
all the ladies are 60, but you're weirdly attracted to all of them. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What kind of dreams
What?
are you having?
What do you mean? That isn't dreams that you guys have every night?
You're a
Is that
maniac.
normal?
What? What's going on?
You need to be
I don't
stopped.
understand what you mean.
I bet
So-
Cody catches people jacking off in their dream.
I was about to
On
say,
purpose.
let's delve back into that.
I go to
Sam.
sleep hoping that I'm gonna catch somebody jerking in my dream. Please dream Jesus. Let me catch people
Dream
really,
Jesus.
Tumble it in the morning.
really spanking it. And go ahead.
Tumble
Pat.
it in the
My
morning.
God.
Sam, tell us those stories you said that you had earlier.
Refresh my memory
We
here.
were talking about catching your friends jacking off.
Oh, I think I had stories like getting caught, like having sex or something. So I had one. You guys ever? I don't. I've seen it. It's like one of my favorite. But what's that? Mean Girls. Everyone's seen Mean Girls.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. That moment when the mother walks in, she's like, "Sandwiches? Can I get you this? Can I get you that?" I had a moment like my mom is super awesome, and we definitely covered up. We weren't just like we were freaking out.
You
We
both
had-
started masturbating.
Pull the sheets off, pull the sheets on. I'm sorry. And she comes up like right up to the bed. It's like, "Can I get you guys some tea? Would you like some coffee?"
What?
Like, Mom, like we're just sleeping. We're not hungry.
I just ate.
Hey, Mom. Go.
She
So
most
I don't think she
definite-
had a clue, but it's like, how did she not have a clue?
That's how I felt with like where I was getting with my stories. Like I feel like my mom for sure had to know.
For
Like,
sure.
Oh,
But it was
it's
so
the
nice
worst.
of her to like offer,
Weren't we telling a story right before we turned the mics off that we wanted to jump right back into that we never did?
Yeah, we wanted to talk about Myka's prank wars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
how'd this start, and how far did it get?
yeah, this is me getting cummed on, right? Did I?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
we already
yeah.
talk about that?
You got cummed on.
You told
by,
the getting cummed on by Brent's story.
but
in
that
the van.
that doesn't seem like a prank if it.
Okay,
Didn't, was
But
an
that's like
accident.
middle of prank wars. Start from right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like how did this shit start?
Well, how it started was I was driving my car and Brent was in his car behind me, and we were driving down the road and we stopped at a red light, and I decided to get out of my car and shit on his hood and then get back into my car and drive away at this
Hold on. So he parked his car,
incredible.
and you got out and took an actual
at a light.
a
yeah.
steamer on his car.
you
yeah.
can shit that quickly
Well, I had to shit initially.
with no toilet
What'd you
paper.
wipe?
You just like
How'd you wipe?
all over a hood.
I didn't. It was
At a
full
light?
By the
commit.
way, yeah, it's not
How
a Chinese
com-
fire drill. It's a finish the sentence. I don't even know what that is.
Chinese Cleveland Cleaner or Cleveland Steamer.
So
Sorry,
you
bud.
shit on his car. Please tell
The
me
Korean
you
steamer.
left it there so that when you just kept driving with the hot shit
Yeah,
on
I
your
mean,
car.
he was behind. I mean, it was a red light, so like when the light turned green, he just had to go. So yeah, just shit on the hood of his car, and then like real high up on his car. Like I got up there, like almost on his windshield.
Was it like in the section where the windshield wipers are wiping?
No,
so
not
you
that
can't
far
clean
high
it?
up. That would be terrible.
How
Into the
confident
engine.
are you
Yeah.
as a man? Like
Huh?
how confident are you as a man that you could just calmly get out of a car in the middle of traffic and shit on someone's hood?
Well, I knew that it just like it was worth it. What was that? No one saw it. We were in like a rural area, so
So that's how it started.
yeah, that's how that started.
So where'd it go from there?
And then after that, I think he got me with the cum thing.
Come.
That was
what?
next,
the-
like
yeah, that was
kicking
the
shit on the
second
car,
thing.
cum on your arm.
Yeah.
Where does it go from there? Full blown murder.
You guys
Kill
giving
their
each other
friends.
blowjobs, acting like
Yeah.
it's a prank.
It's a prank. That's just a joke, bro.
It's a prank, dude. You homo.
Killed your parents and fed them back to you in Chile. It was a cool prank.
I think after that, the end of the prank war is that I slept with his girlfriend. But
What?
I think that was the end of it.
What the
Like-
fuck?
Hold on.
But like it
What
was
kind
like,
of prank war is this?
I was
This is a
exaggerating when I said
betrayal
where
ring.
to go from
It's
there,
the-
full blown murder.
But, like,
you
he-
fucking fucked his girlfriend.
but it was
It's-
like he was fine with it. He was like, "Oh, that was good. You got me."
You got me good. You got me good.
Now, I'm not gonna look at anybody in the room or designate this question to anybody, but I think the person that I'm about to ask this question to knows what I'm talking about. Does anybody in this room want to talk about the Threesome Brothers? Sorry for the interruption, guys. They told the story, whoever they were, and it was fucking hilarious. They got cold feet later, so I cut it out, and you're not gonna get to hear it, but you won't bitch about a free podcast now, would you? If you want to, though, thebastardsermon@gmail.com. All right, and here's Pat with an abrupt interruption that wouldn't make any fucking sense if I didn't throw this edit in here.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy Snapchats and heard some stories. Like,
Yeah.
let's hear some more stories about that.
He
Didn't you-
shit out of a tree the other day.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, okay. He goes, all right. No, this is a while ago. So I used to live. I still live. I live next to my high school principal, and she has a big tall tree in her yard. So one night we decided to get naked and climb her tree, and then act like birds to see if we could wake her up to
Like
get her to come
squawking?
outside. Yeah.
Did you guys get naked and tar and feather yourself first?
No, we
Really
just
get
full
in the
naked.
character.
And then we climbed up the tree and we were yelling. And then she did come out on the porch. And I guess Brent had it planned the whole time. Is he just projectile shit like down off the tree?
Like a fucking bird.
My fucking god.
So yeah, she just turned off the lights and went back inside. She was not happy about that.
She just watched a man shit. I feel like no one would be happy about it.
Yeah, how would she even call the cops on that one?
Yeah.
Well, three grown
There's
men with
two-
tattoos
There's
just
two large vultures in the tree.
we do normal stuff
Need animal
too.
control down here.
normal stuff? Like, what?
Yeah, we
what's
do normal.
normal?
We do like normal
Yeah.
pranks. It's just like the vibe of this show is like, oh, let's go to those type of pranks. I mean, like he threw a chicken on me when I was in a shower, like that. Like so,
Where'd
it's
he
like
get a
kind of
chicken?
tame. I don't know where he got a chicken. He has
threw
his ways.
Threw it in the shower.
A live chicken
Yeah,
or raw?
yeah,
Whoa,
a live
okay.
chicken. That cut me up pretty good. Threw a cat on his lap, just like the normal stuff,
right on. We teased
chicken-
this on the last episode, but it's a little off topic. But you and Pat both did it together, and it's a little bit more tame. The ghost story thing that you said
Oh,
you were going to talk
yeah.
about with him. Didn't you guys go down to some abandoned KKK ranch or something?
Yeah, Yeah, that was me, Brent, and Pat, and then a few other people.
Yeah.
And then we all went down to the scary area, KKK Ranch.
Let's
and,
do that again this summer, by the way.
Yeah, I'm so down.
I think that'd be
And
a
then,
lot of fun.
We went to the Devil's Hollow, right?
Yeah.
They
We
had
went
the
into
tunnels.
a sewer.
Yeah.
We put all these lights on, and we went over to, we drove like 45 minutes out into, Indiana or Harrison or something like that?
Indiana, yeah.
And we went into these sewers, and we had like these red lights on because no one else can really see them. Only you can really see them. So from a distance, it doesn't look like there's anything. We went in these sewers, and we were climbing into these pipes, and they're a lot cleaner in the sewers than you think they are. It's really interesting, and there's a lot of graffiti everywhere. Really
It's also
cool.
rural Indiana. It's not like fucking New York City
Yeah.
sewers with
It's not
crocodiles.
Price Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not fucking Price Hill. So we go in there, and we're like climbing down these ladders and stuff, and it's just some crazy shit. We didn't see any. I don't think we saw anything weird. You guys said you saw something, but
Yeah, they do like animal sacrifices down there, and I didn't believe that until I went down there, and there was like a goat down there with
There
like
was
its head on like a post, like sticking out of the wall and shit. So it's like,
Black
pretty
metal.
gross.
let me ask you this real quick. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah,
So would you say that people, when they die, they look a lot like they would when they died? Like, let's say they're like a kid, they turn out to be a kid when they're dead, like
What?
a ghost, a kid ghost. Do you get what I mean?
yeah. I'm actually like, like I know quite a bit about this subject. So whatever you got, go ahead and straight up ask.
But would you say that would be accurate?
Like if they die, are they still a kid forever?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or fat.
So let's say they're a morbidly obese person, like 600 pounds.
Mhm.
Do you think they'd be a fat ghost?
I would say yeah, but like
I hate you, Pat.
it seems like tragic things have to happen in order for you to be a ghost.
Well-
So like I feel like a lot of 600-pound people don't really have like a super tragic, like they're not getting hit by a bus.
Here's
But
a
You know what I mean?
tragic
Like-
that's
story.
tragic in and of itself as being 600
True,
pounds.
true.
Like, you have
You're-
no fucking...
I don't know if I told you a story on the podcast, but I'd ever tell the story about my friend who was a paramedic.
No.
Just
And-
tell it anyways.
Okay, I'm going to tell it again. I'm sorry if I'm repeating this, but basically, he got this call that made him quit being a paramedic. So basically, he got a call about some woman that was seizing on her couch. So they go over there, and it's a morbidly obese person. So the story, a little background on these two people, is that the mom is in an argument with the son, where basically he won't move out and he won't clean up after her. So they're hoarders too, and it's just a messy house. It's trashed and everything is terrible. So they get into the house and the place is just stacked up on the sides, like with just paper and trash, all this shit. The son's like a 35-year-old man, like, oh, I don't know what the fuck her problem is, blah blah blah. I just need to make sure she's okay. And they walk by and like all the floor is covered in several inches of black sludge and stinks like shit. So what's going on is that this lady's sitting on the couch seizing. She never left the couch for 3 years. Not to go to shit, not to take a piss, nothing. So all that sludge that they're walking through is shit and piss, and the son would never clean up after it. That's why they're in this argument. So she's on the couch seizing, and they try to pick her off. And it turns out since she's been sitting on this couch for so long that her back fused to the couch, and her kidney was hanging out, rotting off the side of her body. So she passed away. But
Obviously.
You mean she didn't make it?
no happy ending here.
No shit.
Yeah, but
She's only 200 pounds now. Goes on diet plan. No.
Yeah,
Nope.
some fucked up
She
shit.
had
dude.
that shit fucking
She looks like Kim
coming. Are
Kardashian
you
now.
serious?
You won't believe what Honey Boo Boo's mom looks like. Click this clickbait, and you gotta look at 160 fucking pictures of this fat, horrible bitch, and now she's a little bit less fat, horrible bitch. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask about the morbidly obese ghost. Like, let's say there's a hoarder, though, okay, Myka? And you know how they have, like, a specific path in their house
Yeah.
to walk? Well, is the fat ghost, like, only available through this desired path, or can it go through the garbage? What do you think about that?
Oh man.
So, like, let's say the place is haunted with a fat ghost. If you just, like, put enough, like, trash in front of a doorway, could you, like, seal it off in that room or something? Or can it phase
so
through?
there's two types of ghosts. There's apparitions that are repeating, and what that is it's not technically a ghost. It's an energy source that is just it's constantly playing the same scene. So these are stories you hear where it's like, oh, 12 o'clock at midnight, you'll see a woman cross the road. So that's just like what and that's what like a lot of scientists, if they do believe in ghosts, are like, that's the only type of ghost, is like the form of energy that can like stay and do that. So like with that ghost, it would only be able to go through wherever that person walked.
So you could trash it off of a room, and it would stay stuck in that room.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, like you can't interact with that ghost. Like
that makes sense.
It'll just go and do its thing.
Be a fat ghost. Do what fat ghosts do.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe in friendly ghosts?
Like Casper?
That's
Or
what I was going
cavemen
for.
ghosts?
Caveman ghosts?
Well, let's talk about ghosts, though. I want to hear, because you do a lot of ghost exploring.
Yeah.
And I definitely, like I said, we should definitely do this summer because it was so much fun last time.
Yeah, have a ton of gear and stuff.
Yeah, so I would really like to hear some crazy stories about, like, some ghostly things. Same with you, Sam. Let's hear some crazy haunted history
Do
between
you guys both do it together? Like this is a regular thing?
I feel like I was supposed to go down to that tunnel, those tunnels.
Let's make it a thing.
But yeah,
Let's just plan it in a couple weeks.
Talk right into the mic, Sam.
My bad. Yeah, I'd like to do that with you guys. I
Yeah.
honestly
Yeah, for
don't
sure.
really have any stories of I believe in them, but I don't.
Why
have
do you
any
believe in
stories.
them? Like, what makes you believe in them?
I feel like I've had moments where you're in like a house and there might have been some history there, and you're like definitely feel something. 'Cause it's kind of like I don't know. I don't deny that they exist.
So you've never had any
But I don't think
experience
I've had,
at all?
No.
Nothing that
No.
made you feel that was supernatural or something you couldn't explain? No UFOs or anything like that? No conspiracies?
No, but I like put myself in situations to like where I hope that I can definitely like see a UFO or get abducted. Like I'm like really fascinated.
Are you like
But I'm not that.
Are you someone that believes in, like, let's say, what's the logistics of what's happening? Is there like is the door opening and closing because of a ghost, or is it because of a pressure drop and that's why it's
Honestly,
doing that?
I think that's where I try to like psych myself out. Like that's just because of the pressure dropping, or And I think once you do that, I don't know. At the same time, it's almost like a mind game. Like, is it really
like you're playing tricks on yourself?
Yeah, and like, do you actually think that there's some kind of energy ghost out there?
You can definitely freak yourself out.
For sure.
Well, Myka, I mean, let's hear your stories, though. I
when it
mean,
comes to
I remember we went over to the KKK ranch. You drove your fucking car through a damn creek.
Yeah, that was rough.
What kind of car do you have? Like a big truck?
It's a Lancer, Mitsubishi Lancer.
You still drive
Yeah,
that
that's
car?
like a big truck.
For sure.
That car's a tank, dude.
That's
car's
the car
a
that I
keeper.
drove here.
That is
Yeah.
a car. That car's a keeper.
I hope it wasn't a deep creek.
So
It was
he
pretty
drove through a rocky ass creek to get through this abandoned KKK ranch.
In his Mitsubishi Lancer. Let's not
Yeah.
glaze over that like it
rocky
isn't a big
ass
feat.
creek, and we went into this big ass tunnel, and it was long as shit, and it was really dark. It was pitch black almost, and we're just sitting there in silence. It is eerie as fuck. I'll give them that. And then they tried to like scare us and made a bunch of noise, but I would say it was definitely a very uncomfortable experience. I've definitely had experiences like there was this apartment building with a bunch of people that I used to hang out with, and underneath was this room that wasn't supposed to exist. The reason I say that is because the room was bricked off, like with these big cement blocks, but the half part of it where it's like half of, like, let's say underneath your chest, high, bricks just taken out, and you go in there, and there's a faucet, and it's really strange, and a bunch of boxes and a drain in the middle of the floor. And we sit there in complete silence in the darkness, and we put a recorder out in the middle, and we're like, is anyone there? Nothing. If anyone's there, please say something or make a sign. We sit there in silence. It is so cold. You don't hear anything. You hear us breathing. You could hear your own heart beating. And then I had long hair back then. So, yeah. And then we just sit there and, like, I don't think anything's going to happen. And then all of a sudden my hair blows over and I shriek, and someone else just said, "Oh my God, someone just blew into my ear." And it doesn't sound as scary when I talk about it over here.
For sure.
But experiencing right there, like, I felt my hair brush up against my face. It was like someone was sitting next to me and breathing on me. It was definitely really creepy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was really hoping you would just like say you had long hair and there's nothing to tie into that story. I had long hair at the time.
I had really
and then
long
That's
hair.
what I thought he was doing too. I was like,
I
why is
also
this a
thought
point
that.
that you're making?
I was like super attractive.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I had long hair. It blew in there, and no one
I had
touched it.
abs.
It was
I
great.
had a 12-pack. I mean, usually dudes have 6-packs, but it was a 12-pack for me.
Yeah, I was shredded.
Mike and I played a show actually at a morgue that they like an old morgue that they like turned into this little music venue. No lie, up in Kent, Ohio.
So, like, where was it? Was the venue down in the area where they had the freezers?
And more importantly, did you fuck any of the hot dead girls?
Were they hot?
Oh my God.
What?
Cold
What'd I
dead
say?
girls.
What'd I say?
The actual stage and show kind of went on like the first floor, probably where like families would come in and like
Right.
whatever do their thing. But like the owner of the place did like take us on a little mini tour, and that's kind of like another experience where I like you definitely feel some like there's
Yeah.
definitely some weird.
It's creepy.
And they still had like tool. He had just bought this venue, and like there was like the morgue down below, and like there was tools there, benches, like body bags and stuff, and just
They
it
had the,
was super eerie.
That little equipment that has the two like airbag springs that go up and down on each side, and that's to pump
The shit they pull out when you know you're dying for sure.
No, it's to pump embalming fluid into them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it takes the blood out of their body and puts embalming fluid in, but that's what that machine does. And they had that down there, and it still had like embalming fluid all over it and blood and shit.
Y'all
Yeah,
dip
then they-
cigarettes in it and smoke it?
Then they took us upstairs. And it was like whoever like owned this place before left everything. There was like trunk cases with like probably like dolls, dresses, and I don't even know, like paintings and weird shit.
They had just the creepiest shit in the
creepiest
morgue.
So
thing
scary.
ever. It was almost
Myka.
like someone lived there.
Did you ever go into Brad's basement and see this room filled with dolls
Which one?
at his old house?
No.
So Brad's mom was a doll collector.
Brad, for the listeners, is Pat's old bassist from
But
a
it's-
band that he used to play in. For the listeners that have no context
Yeah,
for who
Brad
is.
His name is Brad Hester. Cool ass dude. If you've ever been to his house and you're listening to his podcast, he has like in the basement like a whole setup where he cuts hair, but there's a room that's blocked off that if you open it, it's filled to the ceiling and things hanging from the ceiling as well of just dolls, big ass head dolls that are just sitting there, and it is so fucking eerie.
Why does he have that in his basement?
His mom collects them. It's just really creepy.
What
It's
are
just
they,
really
like
creepy.
porcelain dolls?
No, they were like just the old. I would,
Raggedy Ann type stuff.
I would say like old school Barbies, but they had big heads.
Ugh.
What are they?
Cabbage Patch Kids.
They might have been Cabbage Patch Kids, but I would say it was creepy as fuck. It
Yeah.
was creepy as fuck.
I think the creepiest thing that's happened to me recently is me and Brent were exploring this abandoned house
Uh-oh.
and started banging each other.
With
No,
the chick.
Made some cumlets.
And there was a girl there, and she couldn't stop wailing.
we were going through this house and it was abandoned. It's
Oh,
clearly
not in my
abandoned.
ass.
We were. Because, I'm sorry.
Ghost? That was me.
Like if that was
Two
what
dicks,
was too
one
much.
hole.
Damn it! This is
Did
a
you
cool
hear that?
story, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
go,
you're
on,
good.
go on, go on.
Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
We went up to the attic and there was boxes of stuff and there was a like somebody ripped a page out of a book and it was a yearbook and Brent's picture was on the yearbook page.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to
What?
God. And it was like, but like, there's only like 30 people on a page. Like, it'd be weirder if it was just a picture of Brent, like a fucking, like a, you know.
Do you think someone that
Photo?
you just happen to know
Polaroid.
lived there?
I mean, it was the yearbook, and it was obviously the year that Brent went to school, so he was like 12 in the picture. But like, he found a picture of himself in this random ass house that we went to, and when he was 12, and it was
Dude,
like fucking
That's some
freaked out.
freaky
like, it was so
shit.
scary.
Damn, that coincidence is creepy.
You ever seen like a UFO or something? Like, do you believe in that?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, I haven't seen anything. I want to. I want to
I know
believe
too.
so bad.
I do too.
Have you?
I've never seen one, but I want to so bad. I'll go outside drunk, just come get me,
Screaming at the
Yeah.
moon.
screaming at, howling at the moon.
Do you
Then
believe it
neighbors call the cops.
But I honestly believe in ET. I really do.
in ET?
Okay, Tom
Extraterrestri-
DeLonge.
Yeah, I'll get some Tom on. Extraterrestrial. Yeah, I think it's out there. How can it
Without
not
a
be?
doubt, yeah,
It's
for
gotta be.
sure.
So what if
crazy.
aliens are real and it turns out like they can have sex with you? Would you have sex with like an alien that looked like, let's say, like a slug or something? Human-sized slug?
110%.
I think that's a cultural shift.
I
I think
would.
it-
What if we're only like 30 seconds from Mars?
Like that's
God
what do you mean?
damn.
Son of a bitch.
I just
Leave
hope they
the
like rock
podcast.
music.
Leave the podcast.
I for sure would.
Have you seen my
You would?
sweet
You'd
Jared
fuck a
Leto
slug
tattoos?
woman?
I
Yeah,
would, I
Jared.
would go down in sexual history. The first guy to fuck an alien.
Sexual
Did you-
history.
Did you plug?
110 and I'd film it, and I'd make so much money.
So so many people have this fetish, but they would only have this one porn to look at, like the fucking lady with the stub for a foot, fucking the dude in the ass. but it's you fucking some slug lady.
Alien slug fetish, dude. I got it on lock. I'll own the whole
You
industry.
already got a name for it.
I would
a
be
genre.
really disappointed if I was like super into Alien, like like man, I love aliens. I wish I could see a porn, and yours was the only one. I'd be so sad. I'd be like, damn it.
Well, I guess I'll jack off. All right.
I hate gingers, but I'll go for it.
Oh, damn.
All right, we got 8 minutes left. Do we have any mans to mans?
Yeah,
Or
we-
7 minutes.
Hold on, I want to make fun of Cody some more.
Yeah, hey,
No-
go ahead. You
No,
had a
hey,
funny.
yeah. No, I don't have anything.
You had something before we turned the mics on. I said save your
Oh
insults.
yeah, no. I just like
Hold
the
on.
way that Cody looks. It makes me think that no matter what he says his band name is, I would believe him. Like if he was like, I play bass for the Bleeding Fuck You Dolls, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
It looks like he would.
I wear. I dress like a 14-year-old ready to go to a Slayer concert at any given time. I got the chains and the spikes and everything. So, in case you listeners aren't familiar with me,
All right, here's a man-to-man. So this is our section as we described earlier, where we just do funny would you rathers and we just talk about it, and it gets worse or better, and you have to pick honestly.
and we can interject at any point. And
yeah,
change
we can
them
add whatever we want.
Whatever.
It can get fucking horrible, but this is our section.
Man to man.
Yeah, we did it, dudes.
Oh, I didn't get to do it. No one told me that was
All
happening.
right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Man to man.
Woo!
Woo!
Right.
Yeah! Fuck yeah! Yes! Whoa!
Yes.
Dad.
All right, so would
I gotta
you,
piss.
Should we wait?
No, keep it going.
All right. Would you rather get sucked into Jumanji or sucked into Betty White's asshole?
I'm just over here enjoying not being with Cody. Like I'm. No, I'm just kidding. I hope he listens to it. Listen to it later. Like we just shit talk him the entire time.
Yeah, let's talk about Cody. Anybody
He
think he
seems-
smells? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No. What was the question?
Yeah. Would you rather get sucked into Jumanji or sucked into Betty White's asshole?
I thought Jumanji was. I've only seen the recent movie.
Well,
It looks
if you
cool.
no, it's not cool. It's a jungle, baby. Welcome to the jungle, baby. So when you get there, it's just everything's trying to kill you. You have no survival skills whatsoever. You have the same survival skills that you have just now, and then you just try to survive. It's horrible. There's giant mosquitoes, dude. They'll fucking fuck your shit
That
up.
sounds so much more
You'll
fun
get
than
eaten.
Betty White's
You don't
asshole.
have 3 lives. You only got 1.
Especially if Robin
Why?
Williams
Why do you
is
get
there.
to change the rules?
Because it's man to man.
Well, I still want Jumanji.
Okay, well,
Why
if you
can you
get
not
sucked
accept
into
that
Betty,
answer?
hold on. If you get sucked into Betty White's asshole, you get $1 million, but you don't get out of the asshole.
Jumanji all the way.
Well, then hold
Yeah,
on,
how do
Pat.
you spend
If
the money?
What are you gonna do in
Exactly.
Jumanji?
Do fun stuff.
How is Luke gonna
Like
fund
what?
his alien
I
porn
don't know.
business if he's just
Yeah,
stuck in
that.
Betty White?
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this:
Jumanji.
Would
Jumanji
you-
me for me too.
If you, when you get stuck in Jumanji, you have to shove a whole stick of butter up your ass.
Dude, you already talked me into it. I'm
God
I'm
damn
going,
it,
man.
Patrick.
How many sticks of butter up your ass is it gonna take for you to choose the
7.
other option?
Let's kill this right
7?
now.
No, dude, I'm going to Jumanji, man. I saw the movie.
It's not good. You're not.
I saw the movie with Kevin Hart, and it was hilarious. And well, Kevin Hart isn't hilarious, but Dwayne the
He
Rock
got
Johnson
eaten by
was in
a
it.
hippo.
Hold on. You don't like Jumanji either. The newer
What?
one.
No, I actually thought it was pretty good. To be-
Okay, so which would you rather watch, Jumanji or Bright?
B. Arthur's asshole.
Oh my God, Bright is the worst
That's
movie.
surprisingly what we're talking about.
I've watched Jumanji all the way. Now, have you ever seen Bright?
What?
You
That's
ever
with
seen
Will
the
Smith.
movie?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
yet. I'm
It's
not-
a
I
great
haven't-
movie
I
that
haven't
you
seen
should
it.
check out sometime. It's really solid.
Ogre Cops or something.
Let me
and Will
tell you
Smith.
this.
Yeah, Pat's got really bad opinions about movies before
not
he
true.
continues right now. I
I've heard
mean,
this before.
He's mostly wrong about his
That was the
opinions about
first
everything.
thing I've ever heard about Pat. Is like, don't listen to his movie opinions.
Shut
Yeah.
up. That's not true.
I mean, the same with food. Like he's like, chicken fingers are the best food on the face of the planet. Sure, they are, Pat.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, with all those caveats, Pat, go ahead. Tell us about Bright.
It's like eating a cumlet, dude.
Oh my God.
It's horrible. All right, great idea. You know, cops and ogres and shit all working together to fight.
Yeah, and it was
Fight
performed great
racism and all that shit, but the dialogue is so poor. It's just word diarrhea. It's
well.
horrible. Anyways,
Not everything can be troll too, Pat.
Cody,
Continue.
Cody, would you rather be? Okay, he says he wants to go to Jumanji. Let me ask you this: would you rather be sucked into Jumanji
Or B. Arthur's asshole.
or be sucked into Betty White's asshole?
Betty White's asshole. Definitely be Betty White's asshole. I bet there's a lot of history in there. and,
Okay,
like,
so why don't you two argue on which is better?
I mean, Betty White's anal worms that are in there, like you'd have to fight them with a saber. It'd be fun. Like there's a lot of going on. In
Fucking
there.
saber.
Yeah,
I just want a new experience. I mean, I feel like I've experienced that so many times that like I think Jumanji would
And
be a
Brent.
funner.
Yeah, between you and Brent, you've been in several 90-year-old women's.
He probably
assholes
has
together.
worms.
Two
I
dicks,
don't
one hole.
If Brent came to me and was like, "Hey man, I have worms," I wouldn't doubt him.
Jumanji just sounds terrifying. I mean, at least in Betty White's asshole, it just smells bad.
What about Jumanji or Brent's asshole?
Definitely not Brent's asshole. I don't know what's been in there.
That
Probably
sounds
your
horrible.
fingers on accident. I'm doing air quotes. Whoa, oh no, I grabbed your balls and now my finger's in your butt. Hey, woman that was in between us, can you leave the room? Me and Brent have some things to figure out as friends.
So, all right, I'm gonna think
Well,
of a
this
man.
is a long time for this to be an accident. It's still in there.
So, Luke, what would you pick, Jumanji or Betty White's asshole?
Jumanji.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm gonna pick Betty White's
If Robin
asshole 'cause I
Williams
don't
is
have to
there,
fight
we'll be
nobody.
okay.
Fact.
Not if there's a doorknob and something that Robin
If you
Williams
get
to hang
sucked into
himself
Betty
with
White's
involved.
asshole, you'll be fine. Like, there's probably like a nice
You'll be
fireplace in there.
But you
You
said
know?
we could never get out.
You
There's a
no,
good
you
book
There's
to
a
can't.
read.
good chance you can get out of Jumanji. Well, not a good
No,
one.
no
but
chance
there's a
of getting out.
chance.
How would you get out of Jumanji?
You win
You're
the
in.
game.
Someone
You
rolls
gotta
like
win the
3 or
game.
6. Someone has to roll a 3 or a
It's
6.
literally in the plot of the movie, Pat. Do you just never finish the movies that you watch? You're like,
No,
oh
I
no,
finished
they're
it.
trapped there forever. All right, I'm tired.
I see you a roll a 3 or a 6. But I mean, if you're just sucked up Betty's white asshole, I mean, you get to survive. So fire, corncob pipe.
Do you not know how humans work? That's not inside of a woman's rectum.
You got you
And
get
if
it.
anybody knows what's inside,
So
of a
whatever,
woman's
she's
rectum.
Betty White. She eats well. So whatever she's eating, you're eating.
There's
So
a
that
book of Grey's
Stop.
Anatomy in there. There's
It's
a
just half-
Snuggie for you to get inside
It's
of.
just half digested. When she dies, I don't know. I didn't think that far.
Y'all
to be honest. That's
free.
a really good question.
Do you eat your way out?
Oh God, I hope so.
That's fun. Eat your way out of Betty White.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You imagine lapping up that tangy Betty White booty,
And
Oh,
that's when you
Lordy
get to
Jesus.
spend your $1 million reward.
I bet that's what the McDonald's Szechuan sauce
Yeah.
tastes like.
Yeah, you can eat your way out when she dies, and you get your $1 million.
Which is any day now. Like, let's be honest. Betty White is probably dying
old is
She's
she?
been dead
2018.
for 6 years. They've got like fucking a puppet master.
It's Weekend at Bernie's.
It's Weekend at
kinda
Bernie's
shit.
every time she gets up on the stage.
Weekend at Betty's.
They throw her head back when she laughs.
Dude,
Cody.
Betty White is for sure biting the dust 2018.
What's up, girl?
You're gonna. You called it, dude. You called it. You sick fuck.
And Stan Lee. I'm calling it now, too.
He's
Get
gonna-
on Doug
he's definitely
Stanhope's
gonna-
Celebrity Death Pool and place a bet.
I hope they
I
finish
will.
Avengers
Shout out.
4 before Stan Lee dies. I need one more Stan Lee cameo.
What were you gonna say though? You
Oh
pointed
yeah,
to me with
Cody,
such vigor.
make up a man right now,
Just one.
and
right
I
off
want
the top of
Sam
my
to
head.
answer honestly.
Okay, Sam. Would you rather that you had anal spiders burrowing inside of you at all times? Now it wouldn't kill you,
Jumanji.
but you. Do I need to go further?
One, two,
It's just
dicks,
gonna
one
be
hole.
stupid from that
Continue,
joke.
Cody. Sorry.
All right, so there's anal spiders burrowing deep inside of you, and you can feel it. Mike has actually got his tongue sticking out, and I feel like that if he was slowly lapping your butthole, it'd be exactly what you'd feel inside of you at all times, and you'd hear that sound from your butthole, and it'd just be like you just hear it coming out of your underwear at all times of the day. They're burrowing through you. Every time you take a shit, there's hundreds of spiders that just crawl out.
Now
all
you're just
around you.
fantasizing.
I mean, yeah, this is what I think about every night before I go to bed.
It's not even a man-to-man
I'm
anymore.
trying
Before
to
he makes his
jack
cum
off
lit.
and yeah, he told me to make it up on the fly, so I can't promise it's gonna be great. Or instead of that, would
Here it
you?
is.
Now you don't die. Would you rather?
Jumanji. I'm just kidding. Go on.
God, Pat.
God damn it, I don't even know. Would you rather be permanently duct taped to like a ceiling fan for not permanently, but your job was for 8 hours a day to be duct taped to a ceiling fan, going at
Spins
full
around.
speed all the way around every single day, and you're just sitting there and you're duct taped to it, and then like it's one of those wobbly ones. It's full size, so like your whole body can fit on one blade.
Yeah.
Like industrial.
This is
But, like,
this is good
8 hours
pertinent
a
to me
day.
because I would fit for sure on a ceiling fan. So.
Yeah, dude, and it's like it's wobbling like there's
Okay.
2 screws loose and it's coming off at all times of the day. You never know if you're gonna
squeaking.
be launched across the ceiling fan factory of people being strapped to ceiling fans wherever you work. I don't know, ceiling fan industries. And Yeah, that's the would you rather. I
Okay.
don't fucking know. I'm drunk. I drank a whole
I'll
bottle of
answer
wine. What do you
Cody.
want from me, Sam?
Cody.
What do you want from me,
Cody,
man?
let me help you out here. Let me help you out with your would you rather. Now, how much we talking here? You said 8 hours a day. Am I gonna get paid
5 days a week.
5 days a week?
enough
You
to
make
benefits.
a solid
What's the benefit
$9.30
here?
an hour.
I mean, you.
Do I have
Am I-
health insurance?
Just
Yeah, you get health
Absolutely
insurance.
not.
am I providing a good service to people?
Yeah,
No.
you're being
Of
wind.
course
Yeah,
you are.
Being wind.
Okay, so you're trying to ask why you have this job?
Why? Yeah. Why am I up in this ceiling fan? Why am I the ceiling fan?
You're
I'm
the
providing wind in
you're the fan
an al-
tester.
the
The
all right.
fan tester.
An
You-
alternate solution to not having AC. I'm a cheaper route. Honestly, I'm going with spiders in the rectum.
Your terror is actually supplying the energy for the fan. The terror of like you flying off at any given
it's like
second.
Monsters Inc.
It's a
Your
new form
fear.
of energy.
Spiders in the rectum.
You
I
would
feel
go
like-
spiders in the rectum over being duct taped to a
I'm
fan.
gonna shit
Holy
them all out
Christ.
here real
So-
like I'm gonna get them all out eventually.
No, they don't.
We're
We're
don't
supposed to be wrapping this up pretty soon, right?
Yeah. Let's do some plugs.
Okay.
Let's
well,
talk about some-
hold up. I want to talk about why Pat stopped talking to me for like 4 months.
Let's
What?
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get awkward. Fuck
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm ready for
It's
this.
a really easy question. I don't know.
No,
I talked to a lot of
Oh,
people.
no,
I
you,
just
Pat.
said I
This-
just am
I
really
mean-
bad at texting and calling. I don't know. That's a
No,
really good
I
question.
don't mean like the last 4 months. I mean that 4-month period where you didn't talk to me.
Look at Pat squirming in his chair
So-
right now.
Are you
Okay.
talking
so
about like
uncomfortable.
after we were getting allies together?
No. Okay, so what happened was
This is gonna be
is
good.
we were at a party and Pat got real serious and he wanted to talk about ghosts again. And so he wanted to tell me his ghost story. Me and PJ Depew were talking about ghosts.
Hold on. Are you talking about the fucking? Oh, you fucker!
Yeah, so okay, so if anybody's never met Pat, Pat is super smooth all the time. Like he's never really awkward. Well, like not on here.
That's a damnable lie.
Okay, but like in person, he's like a really smooth guy. Like he just knows what to say a lot. So this is the first time I've ever seen.
None of the listeners know at all what you're talking about. They're like,
Okay,
oh,
yeah, probably
the
on
guy
this
that
podcast.
the guy that fucks up the reads every time.
Okay, anyways,
I'm smooth,
so,
guys. I'm real smooth. All right.
So this is when he had long hair. So
And attractive.
Yeah.
okay, so
Big old dick.
it was just me, PJ Depew, and Pat, and we were sitting in a circle, and Pat was listening to us talk about ghosts, and finally he chimes in. He goes,
There wasn't just us three, dude.
I mean,
there was a whole room of people in here.
Okay.
There was like 10, 15 people.
but it was just like us three broke off. Okay, look, he's already getting heated. All right, so he looks at me.
Pat, save your defense for afterwards.
Okay.
Like, imagine we're in court right now. Let the
He
defendant.
didn't like seriously. Like this is risky me bringing this up. So he looks at me, and then he
trying
looks
to
back at.
remember this.
He looks at PJ. He looks at me, and he goes, "Guys, you're dead serious. I'm gonna tell you a ghost story. You can't laugh because it's real, and I think about it a lot."
I told this in front of
and, like-
everyone, dude.
And then no, you didn't. And then
looks
me
so
and,
upset right now.
okay, and then me and PJ were like, "Dude, we got you. We're not gonna laugh. This is a real moment. Like, we'll believe you. You're serious. You're being honest." So I was like, "Okay." He tells us this long story, and about 6 minutes in, the gist of the story, the end of the story is, I was walking down this hallway, and I took a left turn, and then I walked down a little bit farther. And he's a good storyteller. And I took a right turn, and then in front of me, and by this time, me and PJ, we're all like 2 feet from each other's face. He goes, there was 2 Dementors, like from fucking Harry Potter. And, and me and PJ laughed right in his face. And then I didn't get invited back over to Pat's house for like 4 months.
What the fuck?
That was not. I promise you that there was never any bad blood. I just didn't have. I don't know. I just talked to a lot of people, dude. So it's tough to keep in touch with people.
lot of friends.
What was his reaction?
But
of
let
Dude,
me
he
guys
was
laughing
so
at him?
pissed, like red-faced, and he was like, "Guys, you..." Like his voice cracked. He was like, "Guys, like this just said that like it's a story and it was real, and he didn't believe it."
Let me tell the story just to clear it
Oh
up.
my god, yes.
All right, because it is a good story and it was freaky as shit. It just sounds like horse shit because
it's
sounds so weird.
villains.
It's total horseshit.
Let me explain. All right, I was gonna save this story for a Halloween episode,
He was
but
already gonna tell it again.
because it's crazy, I fucking believe that it happened.
No. Oh Halloween episode.
And there was two
Yeah.
Dementors.
Okay.
And he like said it with like this like look of like, aren't you guys freaked out? And no, like no, like boom. He dropped a bombshell. He thought like 2 Dementors, and like nothing. It did not hit us. Like
And
I remember this like it was yesterday. But
so wait, you stopped inviting this man to your house because of
no,
this?
that's not.
I can't
no.
believe you.
he was legitimately mad.
I was embarrassed because I was like, everybody started laughing, and I was like, well, that was a really scary time for me.
Dude, it would have been fine if you just didn't say Dementors. Like,
I was just trying to give a good visual. Look, can I explain the story? Can I explain?
yeah,
the
all right.
the
Sorry,
story?
he let me talk, so definitely we gotta let him go.
Let me just explain my side, all right?
All
So
right.
I remember this pretty well. I remember we actually had a shit ton of people, and we weren't in a group, dude. It wasn't just us 3, but I do remember we got PJ Depew to make out with the wall, and I
Yeah.
have that saved on
With
my
the
phone.
wig on.
Yeah, what the fuck? And he had the giant fucking double-sided dildo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird night, guys.
I was there that night then. I
Oh,
don't
were you?
remember this at all. Yeah, I remember the double donger. I used to get blackout drunk at your house all the time and
Weren't we
annoy
trying to
all
make
the
like
rest
a
of your
YouTube?
friends.
We were trying to make a YouTube video or some
You
shit
like
that night.
shittily shaved your face or something, and then the person that was
I
gonna
had
video
half my
us
face
never.
shaved.
Didn't you dress up like old Pat Seta
Yeah.
with the wig?
Yeah, all that. Yeah, it was stupid.
Anyway, continue.
Didn't go anywhere. We're all drinking. So, okay, now this shit in my perspective was scary as fuck. All right, you guys can laugh at it later, but let me finish the whole
I'm
story
already
before you put your opinions in it. Let me tell the whole story. Don't interrupt, so that way I can put it in your eyes.
I'm gonna interrupt the shit out of the story.
When I was in.
Limgardia Leviosa.
Okay, let me explain. All right, that is such a small part of the whole story, guys. It's such a small part.
I made a left.
Just
and then
go.
I
I'm
made a
trying.
left. Then
I'm
I made a
trying.
right. And then
I'm trying.
Hermione Granger was down the hall.
So my house burnt down when I was in 5th grade.
And that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for coming on air.
Pat,
So-
on a serious note, was it because of the goblet of fire?
No.
How did you put your name in it?
Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
He was drinking butter beer all night. And
So, no, what happened was that my family just got back from Hawaii. They put all their mail on top of the stove, and I had a shit ton of fireworks on top of the freezer. And my little brother, who was 2 at the time, turned on the stove, and it just started a whole chain reaction. So, when the house got rebuilt, a lot of weird shit would happen. For example, I would come home, and sometimes, like, I lived on the whole 2nd floor of the whole house. So I would come home and pull in my driveway, and I'd be the only one home, and there'd be the blinds peeked open as if someone was just staring at you. So you go upstairs. He's laughing the whole time. But I go upstairs, and, like, the blinds would be shut. It's, like, just weird shit like that. And, like, sometimes you would hear, like, stepping and walking around downstairs. But one time, I'll tell 2 different stories. One time I was sitting around downstairs. Like, the whole upstairs would get super hot whenever it was in the summer. So I'd sleep on my couch all the time. Why is this so funny to you guys?
Because
'Cause
the
it's
whole
the-
time I'm
it's
just
just
thinking
funny
about
be-
how to incorporate Harry Potter jokes like a fucking idiot.
no, it's just funny because this is the exact same story you told me, so I'm just trying not to laugh.
It's okay. So, for the first time, what happened, which was really fucking freaky, and I don't know if you've ever been petrified before, but it's fucking horrifying. So, one time I was sleeping downstairs in the couch because the upstairs is so hot during the summer that I just couldn't sleep up there. So, I'm watching TV, and right next to the room next to me is the dining room. I have 2 dogs with me, including my white dog that's over there, and they just start growling. And they just start barking. I look over to the side, and it looked like a big-ass black silhouette just slid out the side of the side.
A
The
Dementor?
side of the... No, a big-ass silhouette of a man just slid out from the side of the hallway, and it's in a pitch-black room like you could hardly see it. I am literally tearing up, and just... I can't move. No noise is coming out. I'm freaking out. I don't know what's going on. The dogs are barking, and then it just sits there. It's like an awkward silence of just sitting there for 5 minutes. I am so terrified that I cannot move. I'm white.
Is
And
this the same story you told me?
Yeah, this is it's
Well-
part of the 2 things. I'm going to get into the Dementor thing
Okay,
that
you're
you're
gonna
talking about.
say, make sure you
This
say
is
it
a
the way
build up.
you-
This is
yeah,
a build
say
up
it
to
like
what
you told
happened.
me. Okay.
So I'm just trying to explain like what kind of shit I saw and why it sounds as ridiculous as it does, but I saw this shit and it was freaky. I don't say I believe in ghosts, but I definitely think I saw something that was very unnatural at this particular time, and it scared the shit out of me. So we're sitting there, and the silhouette's sitting there. It's like a 7-foot tall silhouette, head tilted to the side like it can't hit the ceiling or some shit. It slides past the couch and into my brother's room and shuts the door. It slams it. My parents get out, and they're like, what the fuck's going on? And I can't say anything, and I'm just pale the whole time. So nothing didn't happen for a couple weeks after that, but I remember I kept waking up at 3:28 or some shit like that every night. Right next to my bed, I had a king-size bed, and then I had like one of these skulls that lit up the room because I was terrified in my house because of what these shit I would see. So this skull would light up the room several different colors, like green, blue, red, shit like that. And next to my bed, I had like a tube TV where I could see the reflection of me in the corner of the room. So the room's pretty lit up. So I wake up at this time at 3:28, just again, like some random time in the fucking morning. And I just open my eyes and I look at the reflection. There's nothing there. I go back to bed and I wake up again. Like I just blink and it looked like a fucking hooded creature was like sitting in. Looked a lot like, let me explain what it looked like. So in the corner of the room, it looked like something that was like endraped like a Dementor. Like it just had a hood, but its face was a dog skull. And it just sat there staring at me. So when I told that part, when the Dementor, like, it's just that part, everyone started laughing at me.
Well, the thing is you didn't say it like that. If you would have said it like, no. If you would have been like, oh, it looked like, if you said it real calm like that, if you're like, oh, it kind of looked like a Dementor in the way that it did this and that. But no, that was the end of your story. Like, you were like, I turned the corner.
I dropped it after that.
And there was
I remember
a Dementor.
This. I turned the corner, and I walked down that hallway. And I'm telling you, dude, we're inches away from his face. And then he just...
Was I fucked up?
And then, probably. And you were just like...
Like,
and there was a two...
Serious.
Or no, was it one or two? One?
Well, I only saw one.
Okay. He was like, and there was a Dementor. And then he just had like this finish end hand move. Where it was like, and then no one was scared. No one was like, like.
I can tell you, I can understand
took all
where you're
the
coming
wind
from.
out of the sails of his own story, which
So-
was set up to be amazing. It sounds.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm sitting there, and I had a knife next to my bed the whole time. I just want to finish the story out, and then we can go back into that.
Yeah, I've never heard the end of it.
So I'm sitting there, and I have the knife next to my bed
too
because I'm
busy
just
laughing at him.
terrified.
I can't make it through.
I'm terrified of what the fuck is going on. I didn't even know. I've never seen anything like this before. I saw the silhouette thing, and I thought that was just me being like half asleep or some shit. Because no one else saw it. They just heard the shit. My dog's barking. So I don't know what I saw was real or not. I don't know what I can explain there. It was very unexplainable. It was strange. So I remember when I was seeing this thing in the reflection, I'd look over, and there was nothing there at all. And I look back in the reflection, I see it. It's like something that's like 4 or 5 feet tall. It's not very tall. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I grab the knife, and I'm just clenching it. I'm just like, oh, my God, I am freaking the fuck out. Because if a ghost is going to come at me, I'm not going to sit there like a bitch and just let it just come at me. I will try to stab that fucking ghost.
He goes to room.
Kill the ghost dead.
Stab the ghost. So I'm sitting there, and I keep looking back.
Ghost.
I
Cody's band name.
I keep looking back in the corner. There's nothing there. I look in the reflection. I keep seeing it. It looks like behind it there's a shadow of just like some movable, like an amoeba or something, like some shapeless figure behind it just moving of a shadow. And I look back at them, look back in the corner, nothing's there. I look back one more time, and it's over my bed, peeked over the side, and it's freezing by my feet. And I'm just freaking out. I'm clenching the knife. I'm looking over the reflection. I don't see it again. It just disappeared completely, and it's just dead quiet for a couple minutes. And then I just hear walking, because I had hardwood floors, walking towards my stairs, and it just sat there in silence for another couple minutes. And then I just hear my door at the bottom open up and just shut. And then I hear another door, like later on, like just open and shut, and that was it. I never saw something like that again. It was so freaky. It was so real to me. But I understand how ridiculous it sounds.
No, I totally believe you 100%. And if you would have said it like that to us, we would totally still been like, dude, that's fucking insane.
Pat.
But the end hook of the story.
And then I,
Pat,
I
do you think that if the ghost did come upon you and you couldn't get to your knife quick enough, you'd grab your wand and scream, "Abracadabra!"
Hagrid!
Dude, it was freaky.
Crucio!
Have you guys ever had a freaky thing like that happen?
No.
Nothing. I don't know what I saw was
Not
real or
yet.
fake, but it is a crazy story. And you guys never had something like that happen?
No.
What the fuck?
I feel like if people normally had an experience like that, there would just be like a whole undeniable load of proof that ghosts
I've had all
exist.
kinds of weird experiences, but I chalk them all up to bullshit in my mind playing tricks on me because I think it's all horseshit.
Well,
But I didn't want to ruin all of the ghost stories by saying that.
Well,
so
here,
I
let
just
me ask you
figured
this.
I'll go.
I
You don't
like
believe in
to
dimensions.
hope that they're out there.
It sounds like
Yeah.
hokey garbage to me, but
Do you guys believe in Sasquatch?
all right. Well, that was the episode, boys.
Wow, guys, really?
Not until the Jack Links commercials came out. I was like, oh, it's not real.
No.
But, I mean, do you
Those are
guys
funny
like? Do
shit,
you guys
man.
like ever wonder?
You
wonder
might
if
as
he's
well
out
just
there?
ask anybody. Anybody in the room have Down syndrome? Any of you guys? No.
Yeah, do you
No
believe
one
in Down
believes
syndrome?
Sasquatch.
I'm all right. Well,
I'm
I guess
sorry,
that's the end of the podcast.
That's
pretty
another
deep into
episode of the Bastard Sermon.
Let's
ladies and
plug their
gentlemen.
shit. Is there anywhere we can follow you guys at?
Sam, take it
Yeah,
away.
yeah. All the handles. All the handles.
Is it at
Handles.
Softspoken
It's actually-
or
oh,
what?
Like
is the
you glue
handle?
your stubs together and you wear it as a backpack kind of handles.
Exactly. You can find honestly Softspoken Music at Twitter, at Instagram. I didn't even think Facebook is Softspoken Music. So
Mike and Sam came in here with these awesome deluxe edition sealed fucking CDs. It's Softspoken Pathways, the deluxe edition. Check that shit out. I'm assuming it's on iTunes, or you could buy it
Yeah,
off your guys' website.
yeah,
or-
staysoftSpoken.com. We got a cool blog there too that we try to write up as much as possible too. So it's a good read actually. And Chris, our other guitar player, is really good with words, man. And like he's actually really entertaining to read. So he writes a lot.
Yeah, I'd love to have him come
He's a
on
really
with
cool
Billy
guy.
soon.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I really like the group that you guys have called the Speakers.
Yeah, it's kind
That's
of like,
very interesting. It seems like you guys are very involved with it, and I really I read all the stuff that you guys
That's
put
awesome.
on
Yeah,
there.
thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a community we're starting. It's not just like another fan page or something like that. So we don't try to plug there. We kind of just try to let other people plug their stuff, and we all kind of just grow together. Whether it's art or whatever your passion is, or whatever it's getting you down, that's keeping you from your passions. Like we invite everyone to come to the Speakers and just speak.
That's a message that a lot of people
Yeah.
need to fucking hear.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Do you guys have any
there's not enough
upcoming-
positivity out there?
Do you guys have any upcoming projects, tours, anything that you guys want to promote
so
specifically?
this June we're gonna be maybe making some new music.
Ooh,
June. This summer, I should say.
That's exciting.
I said June, but
A
summer
whole
time.
album or an EP?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to bust out a whole album here. So, and then I think we got some tours lined up, summertime as well, a couple tours. So, yeah, we're gonna definitely keep
We have
going.
a show on the 12th, this Saturday, right?
Yeah, May 12th this Saturday at the Underground. And apparently, it's the Underground's last show that they're gonna be having musically, because it's like
Really?
And I always remember the Underground. Like I always fell in love with Devil Wears Prada and that "Dogs Can Grow Beards All Over" song.
Yeah.
And that video on YouTube was shot at the Underground there.
No
it's
shit.
just so epic there. And now they're not doing music anymore there.
Why aren't they doing music
I
anymore? I
think-
played shows there so
right,
many
and
times.
it's awesome. The sound's awesome. The sound guys there are great. I think because they do a lot of video production stuff there, I think they're gonna dedicate it all to that. And they have a lot of like classes and seminars on video production there in the summertime. So I really think they're
Man.
like turning into like an educational.
All
like,
of the
video production.
venues are getting shut
I know,
down.
man.
That's fucking
I
crazy.
know. I heard of a new venue too that the Cincinnati's gonna build on the river. I don't remember what it was called, but apparently it was gonna be really awesome. But of course, Cincinnati can suck sometimes. And they're making another indoor venue on the river. But it was talked that they were gonna do like an indoor-outdoor venue.
Isn't that
with,
what the
like,
Madison Live is? They have an outside
they
on the
do.
roof,
yeah,
and they have one
which that place
downstairs.
is awesome. So I'd be excited to see. Like, I'm sure that I haven't been to one upstairs outside yet, but I'm sure that's why they have that up there. So that'd
Yeah.
be kind of cool to see some like acoustic shows or some soft.
Unfortunately, this episode will be out the 13th, and you said the show was the
Uh,
12th. What's the next
no,
show after
word.
that you could plug?
To be honest with you, I know July we're gonna try to go on a run, so nothing local, and I think August. I'm not sure if this is certain or not, but I think we're gonna be hitting the road with He Is Legend for a week on like a. I think they're gonna go cross country for a little
Fuck
bit.
yeah,
so that'd be
dude.
cool. I don't know if anyone knows them, but like I said, I don't know if that's for sure or not. But yeah, nothing local for a while. We're gonna try to make some new music.
That's fucking awesome,
Yeah.
dudes.
Thanks.
You
so
guys
much.
are killing it. I'm
Thank you.
fucking stoked for you guys. I'm really excited that you guys brought me a hat and
Yeah. Looks
this
good on you,
album.
Pat.
I'm
Looks
really
good on you.
yeah. Thanks. I'm gonna probably wear
It'll
it
scare
tomorrow.
any Dementor away, I promise you. That circle with the S.
Thanks so much
Screw
for
off.
coming on, you guys. We
Yeah.
really
Thank
you guys
fucking
for having us.
appreciate it.
Next
It's a
time you
great
guys come
episode.
on, make us a cumlet and two dicks, one hole. You know, good times, guys. And let's have you on it soon again. This is a good
Please,
time.
please.
So down.
Lots of stories.
I'd love to come anytime.
Yeah.
Definitely got to go
Seriously.
on some haunted adventures.
We'll make
Oh,
that.
bring
We'll,
me
let's
too.
plan that.
And we got to get
this
Brent and
weekend.
Mike on, too, for sure. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
guys.
Thank you.
Well, peace.
Take it easy, fuckers.
Thank you for.
Are you fucking serious, Patrick? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. Luke's gonna give you a whole list of places where you can find and follow and listen to us, while Patrick sits here in agonizing, crushing embarrassment.
You can follow the Bastard Sermon at Bastard Sermon on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram at the Bastard Sermon. If you want to listen to more episodes of the Bastard Sermon, we are on Stitcher, Player FM, Libsyn, iTunes, Castbox, and now recently we are on RockStarsGlued3.0.com. Check them out.
Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that shit.
But don't go to Twitter because we never update that shit because we don't give a fuck about Twitter.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Twitter.
Yeah.
As of now.
All
But
right.
that could change. At the Bastard Sermon. And if you really want to go to the Twitter and make that shit happen, it's at Bastard Sermon because some fuckhead took the from us. All right.
That cunt.
That does it. Anything else we need? Did you tell them we're on Spotify now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Let's go. Bye.
See ya, bitches.